everybody, it's Joel Loins and the guys again trying to fade everything in nicely, but I don't think that really worked that well. I'll keep that lower in the background just for a second there. I'm trying to learn how to do things nicely, but it's a bit hard when you can't hear anything because those headphones really look gross. How's it going? I'll turn that off.
I'm Jacob.
You're Jacob,
okay.
Yes. Sorry.
I'm also here.
And I'm Joel. Welcome to Pixel Shed Podcast.
Already said your name.
Oh God, I can't.
Bitch.
My fucking mind is gone.
And that was Rashid.
That was Rashido.
Rashida.
Yeah, my mind is gone. I'm quitting smoking.
Oh, right.
And I've gone cold turkey. My brain is like more focused on trying to pollute itself than.
Maybe you should vape.
I would consider it if
you didn't look like a colossal prick.
Well, no. Sometimes you can
get away with it.
You can get away with it if you look cool enough doing it.
Yeah.
Shout out to George Dimmock.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that because I know I will do it all the time.
It's like putting a band-aid on it.
Yeah,
It's not
like the fact that I will do it all the time is like smoking the equivalent of like 10 within an hour.
Oh shit.
And so, like, my dad's friend had to go to hospital because he had a nicotine overdose.
Shit, man.
Because he would just keep it in his mouth. Are you okay there, Ollie? You just sliding that Coca-Cola all over?
I'm trying to slide it away without making the rattly can noise.
Okay.
It's not that big a deal.
Probably just dragged it out.
Yep, you probably did. But yeah, no, my mind is gone.
Vapage.
I'll be alright. Give it a week and I'll be back smoking again.
You've replaced them with bananas.
Bananas. Which I've realised at 96 calories per banana.
Light up
and I ate a whole bunch. Getting high on that bananas.
Yeah. Mate, you got them sick plantains.
Yeah, boy. What the fuck was that? Okay.
I was being a cool guy who likes to smoke some drugs.
You certainly do like to smoke those drugs.
Yep.
You are the drug man.
Definitely.
You are the druggist of men.
Drug man Dickens.
Nope, they call you Sergeant Pounder.
Sergeant Pounder apparently is my pro wrestling name.
Yeah, we put our wrestling names. We got our wrestling names. I can't really.
You were Bobo Barbarian.
Bobo Barbarian. Ollie was
Hillbilly Champ.
Hillbilly Champ.
And
I'm Sergeant Pounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rename you General Pounder.
General Pounder's that's better.
You got promoted.
General Sergeant Pounder.
If that ain't a stable that can rock the WWE to its foundation.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
I don't know what is. Hillbilly Champ, Bobo Barbarian, and General Pounder. Genuinely sounds like something out of 1995.
Our entire gimmick though would be taking the mick out of like that era of WWF.
I'd just be like a parody of Sergeant Slaughter, I think.
Yeah, it would be another parody group.
Yeah.
Like the Nacho Man. But video games.
Yeah.
How are the video games?
I've had my PS4 for a week.
Yes, Jacob, tell us of your adventures with the PS4.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be videos going up of most of it.
Yes.
Literally all the games I have except Bloodborne, which we've already been playing.
Yes.
So
on the Friday stream, which should be going up tomorrow.
Yep.
If you want to watch the VODs.
Yep.
Which are actually just available on Twitch, but if you want to watch them on YouTube,
I'll be starting with the most exciting game first.
Yes.
First on the Friday stream, we played some Snake.
We had a good neck.
And you know what? It's actually pretty alright.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's inoffensive.
It's a game.
It's certainly a video game.
That probably won't take too long.
Nope.
And I'll just go through it and have a grand old time.
It looks like a current Nickelodeon show. Or a Cartoon Network show.
The cutscene sort of things with how the people look and such. Yeah, no, it does.
Like, it looks oddly cheap, but you know it's not.
I said it looked like one of the Clash of Clans adverts.
Yes.
Yes.
With the little Hulk Hogan meme.
Very similar.
You know it's not. You know it's not cheap, but it looks it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it plays as you'd expect, generally speaking.
Yep. Punch,
yeah.
rolls,
Punch,
do a
roll,
combo.
jump over some things.
Yep.
Find
It
some
plays like an
secrets.
early PS1 game.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's actually kind of one of its more endearing qualities.
It's but
It's just
charm.
a game.
But then you like realize like, oh, I've got to redo this bit over and over again because
That
it's
was the
3
main
hits
problem
to
that we
die.
had. Yeah, it's because you don't have much life.
No, even when you're big,
Yeah, you can take a couple
kind of
hits.
take a beating
Maybe.
real easy.
Yeah,
And then we checked out.
I played a lot of Street Fighter.
You played a lot of Street Fighter. We're coming on Street Fighter,
Okay,
but we want to go through the
I'm trying to think.
bitty ones.
I thought we were going through like
The-
Friday stream.
No, we're just jumping
Okay, I'm
around
just trying to
here.
think if there was
Just
anything else
jumping
I want to say
around.
about Knack.
Is there anything to say about Knack other than like?
I don't like that Knack talks.
No,
That's
you don't
fucking
like it. I
weird.
kind of
And
like
his voice
it.
changes with his
Yeah,
size.
he just has a normal ass voice.
Yeah, I kind of like it though.
Nah, Knack
Like-
looks like a creature that shouldn't talk.
Do you like a roar or something like that when he gets too big?
Well, you know, like a Crash Bandicoot
like
or
a
something.
dumb guy voice when he gets really big.
Yeah.
So
I
he just
do,
goes,
yeah.
"Oh?"
Yeah, you know,
I'm Nick.
Knack Smash.
Yeah.
To say his own name.
Yeah, Knack.
Or he just sounds like the little bits coming towards you, like the Lego bricks
That is
sound.
very satisfying. Coming through the controller as well.
Yeah.
It
I like
looks
that a
pretty
lot.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Just gradually getting bigger.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, it is actually. Yeah.
It's a shame that they take it away from you like every 5 minutes.
God,
You get
Ugh.
so big and
I
you
hate it, and you
dominate, and then
but
it's
you
like
don't get very long as big.
no.
Knack.
The thing that I didn't like is that it's kind of like it's planned out for you exactly how big you're going to be.
Oh
by
yeah,
each
there's
point.
no like
Yeah.
variance in how
Um,
big you're going to be at different
Yeah,
bits
I
I
wish
wish,
depending
it
on how
was
you
sort of
play.
yeah, I wish it was just kind of random.
Like a Katamari sort of deal.
Yeah.
So it's like if you played a certain way, and if you might steamroll it, and if you played a different way, you might
and
be
maybe
tiny
if,
and you
maybe
might
if
find it
there's
harder.
things like maybe those areas you could only access if you were small, and other
Yeah.
areas you can only access if you're big. Things like that.
Maybe.
Ideas
That's
for Knack 2.
2.
Knack 2, where you'll be able to
Even knackier. Knack with a
back.
vengeance. Oh my god, that actually works as like a pun.
What?
Because you usually say like, oh, he's back with a vengeance, but he is knack with a vengeance.
Knack 2.
I genuinely
Knack
just,
with a vengeance.
I actually just blew myself away then.
Oh man.
Knack to the future.
I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
Oh god, a time traveling Knack game.
Oh,
Crossover with Blinks the cat.
oh my gosh. Blinks the time sweeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we played the introductions to all 3 Uncharted games.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how that video was going to go. And then
Well, it's
we were just
3
like, yeah, we'll
hours
just
of
play
footage.
all 3 games.
Yeah, it's 3 hours of footage.
It's an interesting kind of
Jump.
It's not a real way that you get introduced to a series usually
No.
by playing the first hour of each one.
But yeah, so I felt bad like making you
Fair.
go through these games like
Yeah.
very hurriedly, but I did kind of want to point out to you, which didn't
So you
really
can-
work out that well, that Uncharted 1 does not hold up at all. It looks like it doesn't hold up at all.
I'm not sure if that's because that was the first one I played or just because I probably preferred the setting the most, but I probably enjoyed that one the most.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't
Uncharted
enjoy? Well, 2's a slow burn to start.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is
We didn't get to the exciting bits in 2, which
Yeah.
would have been
What
like
happened in 2?
that was the snowy train one,
Was the train? Did
yeah.
anything else
and
happen?
you also
Most of 2 we spent.
that was the spy mission. So
Yeah,
Oh
the
the
spy
yeah,
mission,
and
yeah.
3 was the child bit.
Yeah.
Child bit plus London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 kind of takes off like as soon as you get past that spy mission.
Right.
Like you're in like a war-torn country and
Hmm.
taking down tanks, and a helicopter blows up a building with you in it and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And then 3 puts you in a lot of desert situations,
Yeah.
and it's not as
All of
good.
them seemed good though.
They seem good. You're just gonna go through them one by one.
I dare say so. Yeah.
I would recommend that you don't play them one after the other.
As in like
Like
Take a
literally straight.
I would
One like Tuesday finish Uncharted 1, Wednesday start Uncharted
yeah,
2.
don't do that.
No.
You will burn out.
I've
by the
not
time you make
touched
it
them
half-
since last time because I felt
Yeah.
like I played a lot of it when we did before.
Yeah.
I kind of struggled to do that with any game. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to do that with Master Chief Collection, and it burnt me out.
Just so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Too
I
much
did.
Halo.
I did
Yeah,
it
yeah.
with Assassin's Creed. I did a few years ago. I did Assassin's Creed 2 for the first time, and then Brotherhood came out a week later.
Shit.
Got that for Hanukkah,
Oh, yeah.
and then a year later, I was like, still feel burnt out, and it's been over a year, and then
Yeah,
his
yeah.
revelations on the horizon. It's like shit. I can't do this. And
The
I still did it, and now
only game where I've actually kind of managed to do that was I did it with The Witcher.
yes, I did it with The Witcher as well.
And that's kind of because there's a big jump
Yes,
between all of them. They changed a lot.
two and jumping from 2 to 3 was like this isn't even the same fucking game.
Yeah.
Like even quality story
Yeah.
writing and stuff like that.
Well, you
Where-
did it with just 2 to 3. I did it with 1 as well. 'Cause
Yeah,
I-
I'd already played 1 like a few
Yeah,
months before
well,
that, but not all the way through.
I'd already finished 1, and then I played through it again, and then went straight into Witcher 2, and then Witcher
Yeah.
3 came out.
Which
Mate,
is
You guys are going to be doing that with Gears. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we are. Although we're only playing like an act a
True.
week or so.
an
so
act
it's
a week, so it's
not
not as bad.
Yeah.
Not
But
even that
once-
this week
once
because we got too frustrated.
Oh my
yeah.
god! Don't even go there. I will lose my fucking temper.
I played for the first time.
You did play for the first time.
We progressed.
All the experiences with the cover-based shooters.
Yeah. No, we
Um,
progressed.
We've got Thursday to look forward to.
Yep.
Mm.
And I'm not smoking, and there's gonna be it's gonna
He's
be
going to
really
be even more
fucking
stressed
funny.
out. Joel's just going to bring like a giant bottle of liquor or something.
I'm considering it.
We
I'm
can do
genuinely
that.
considering it. Like, if I've got no money, but I can buy a 75p bottle of Coke and pour it into this bottle of vodka I still have.
Gosh, could you imagine?
Oh
Drunk
my-
stream or something.
Oh my god, should we do it?
Mm.
Secretly,
I'll bring a bottle
Drunk
of Jack.
videos.
we're not gonna do this at all.
No.
Absolutely not.
Drunk.
If you heard silence, it's because it glitched out for a second there.
Whoa, what happened?
We weren't totally making plans.
Making plans?
Making plans.
Even
Making
if we do
plans.
this, you can't prove where we recorded this.
Nope.
Aha.
It might have
So
been at home.
Street Fighter 5 though.
Yeah.
Well, you've been playing Bloodborne as well.
I've been playing a bit of Bloodborne. I've...
I think we know our opinions on Bloodborne. You've chosen the saw cleaver though instead of the axe.
Yep.
How
Middle
is...
weapon instead of heavy weapon
Yeah.
from the start, pretty much.
Well,
Because
yeah, yeah, okay.
the
it's
axe is the
middle
heaviest
weapon. Yeah.
hitting one. Yeah.
And
And
the
the-
threaded cane is.
Just poke shit with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Really quick.
well, as I said, if I end up getting a PS4,
You're gonna
which
do
I'm
it just to see what it's like.
considering- yeah, just so we've all done something different.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pick the cane and pistol.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Jacob's running the standard.
Yeah. Saw cleavery sort of thing.
I'm running. I won't call it standard, but it's like the alternate. I rarely see people using the threaded cane.
I was going to say, I've only really watched the Game Grumps playthrough.
Yeah.
Other than
But
what
like
we've done.
I've seen a lot of people just straight up using the saw cleaver.
And they use the cleaver, yeah.
Yeah.
The cleaver and blunderbuss combo.
Yeah. How are you finding Bloodborne on your own?
I can't play it as long.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, because I just don't have you guys to bounce off of or whatever. Like, if I die, I'm just kind of like, do I want to go back and do this again? And
there's
sometimes I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's the reason I can't play it on my own either.
Yeah.
Because there's no benefit for me in the end of the day. Like the only benefit is like I beat Bloodborne.
Yeah.
But like I need alternative benefits.
No, it's like I farmed some Blood Echoes
Yeah.
yesterday, so I could do the Cleric Beast easier. And so I must have been playing for about maybe 2 hours, but that's the longest session I've ever played on it by myself.
But also you're right at the beginning.
True.
And you've got to get over that hump, and then
I swear to God, I had so much more trouble with those 2 wolves than I've ever had when we've been playing on the channels.
well,
playthrough.
you've got a shorter reach. with the
Yeah, I
saw
suppose
cleaver.
so. Yeah, but oh my God,
you go in and poke,
I know that.
and the saw cleaver is not
Yeah.
for that.
No, I know that area really well now.
Yeah.
But no, now I'm ready to move past the Cleric Beast. So yeah.
And then Street Fighter 5
And Street Fighter 5,
is hitting hard.
which I've had a fair amount of time with now.
Jacob,
Yup,
you're a fighting game man.
I am, I suppose.
What is your opinion
I
of Street
enjoy
Fighter 5?
It's a very good game.
Very good game.
Yeah.
Best game ever made.
Not quite.
Jacob Dickens, 2016.
I give it 5 out of 5 because it's Street Fighter 5.
Oh.
Street Fighter knocks out the competition.
Hey.
No, it's mechanically, I feel like I enjoy it more than 4.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
quicker.
I think I've said it the last 2 podcasts. It's far easier to fucking learn.
Yeah.
Like, I can go not toe to toe with you, but I can maybe get at least 1 round in with you. Whereas if we were playing 4, there'd be no chance.
Yeah, I think the speed really works to its benefit. In terms of modes, it's a bit sparse right now, obviously.
Yeah, like, don't buy it now.
Yeah.
Wait.
Unless you're
really into
feeling
Street
like you
Fighter,
want to play online
Yeah.
already.
Which
and even then, that's a
you
little
telling
spotty.
me to just play ranked
Yeah,
changed my entire perspective on that.
Yeah,
fucking
you're having trouble because you thought it is deceptive. And it's
casual match.
in that casual is
but
not
it's-
all that casual, actually.
No, it's full of people because it'll just dump you into random ass games with
Pretty
random
much.
people.
It's the exact same thing, just without the actual ranking system.
Yeah,
So you can get put up against pretty much anyone, and you won't win, like, gain or lose points, but still you could get put up against an amazing player. Whereas if you were in ranked, you would get put up against players at least that are more around your rank.
Yeah, there's no benefit to casual unless you are already decent enough
yeah.
for the game.
Exactly, yeah, and it's something that a few games fall into. Like, I know Hearthstone's the exact same.
Yeah. Like, I will lose in casual, jumped into ranked and go, I'm the best, and then jump back into casual, and it will be like, no, you're not. Good luck, friend.
Yeah. So I played a bunch of online on the Friday stream. I ran pretty good. It was okay. Positive win rate. Over 50%.
You
Didn't stay undefeated though, did you, Jacob?
No, I believe I finished at about 17 and 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Not to spoil the stream.
No,
but I doubt you're going to
it's
sit there and watch
interesting
the whole thing.
watching you play because it's like you learn the game over like the course of like
You
2
can
hours.
see what I get frustrated over.
Yeah.
What I don't get frustrated over. Like,
Fucking Kens.
oh my god. I got
everywhere as well.
That was the worst one, and it wasn't that bad. But
It was Kens and Chuns.
got legitimately so pissed off at this one Ken.
I've not watched back the stream because I was dashing in and out of the room.
Ollie was in the room at the time, and I lost to that Ken, and I was just let out this like and had to like leave the room for a couple seconds.
salty.
And was just on the like door frame, like, oh god, he's so bad, but he beat me with his stupid cheap ass shit.
What you gonna do? Shoryuken.
And
Shoryuken.
I think that's probably why I'm having a better time with Street Fighter 5 already than Street Fighter 4, just because there's less people doing that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
But you still get some of them.
Mhm.
There was an Akali who absolutely destroyed me.
Yeah, we've noticed that
It was
there's not been a
mostly,
lot of Nikalis.
obviously, Ryu, Ken. There was a fair few Chun-Lis as
Yeah.
well, a few Camis. But there's some characters that you just don't see. Like, I vowed to become better with Birdie now just because there aren't any online. I main Vega, and there was only like 2 Vegas I came across, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like people like Nikali, who you just don't come across online unless they're super good.
Yep. And
Which he
every
was.
Nikali I've faced online, which has been I think 3,
I've only had the
have
one.
just dominated me.
Yeah.
Like within seconds. Like, oh god, the V trigger's on. Oh Jesus Christ! The only guy I've ever beaten, like I beat 1 round
Like-
out of the 3,
Like
and it was
part
like
of it,
Jesus wept.
like part of it, at least for me, is because it's unknown. I don't know anything about how Nikali plays. I don't know what his moves
Oh yeah,
look
like
like most
I've
of the
not
time.
even looked into how Nikali works. Like we're still confused as to how his V trigger
Well,
works.
yeah, it's like the startup animations of his special moves, for instance. I don't know which one's which. I don't know what version of the move, where it's light, medium, heavy, whatever. I'm not going to know for a while.
Unless you go into training mode and just
Well, yeah.
bash out with Nikali
like-
for a bit.
Once I get that, I'll stand more of a chance. But then
Yeah.
there is just, I think he's generally quite a technical character to play, and you need to be good to play him. So you won't face any bad Nikali players, I don't
No.
think.
Yeah, well, one of them was bad, but he was dominating me just through sheer force of will.
It would be like a 10-year-old that had just bought the game and be like, this guy looks the coolest.
Yeah, and he was literally hammering every button. You could see him flopping around the screen, and I couldn't work out where he was going. It was obvious. It was either a cat had gotten onto the controller, or this guy was just like learning how he jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In his network environment, because the connection was not very good.
But outside of online shit, I've done some of the story modes.
What do you think of them? Because they're not very good.
The way that it's kind of laid out, so you have kind of stage 1 now, which is like 3-4 fights, and then story bits in between. It's a fun little distraction. You'll do it for fight money.
Yeah, to get all that fight money.
And I don't know if you unlock anything else from doing it.
Costumes relating the costumes you unlock that are
I guess that's
the specific costumes, but only within the story mode. You can't then use them you can't then use them in multiplayer.
I guess you'll get them through the shop when that comes in.
So either like the shop will have them like, hey, you can. I'm not sure how it works. Like maybe it's like you beat the story mode for this character, you can buy it with fight money now. But it's like I'm gonna save this fight money so I can buy these characters.
For DLC characters, yeah.
Like I'm gonna buy Alex for 150. I think it's 150,000 fight money.
Yeah.
I have more than enough.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know if I'm gonna use the free to play currency or actually just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pay for them because I would have done anyway.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of like, do I buy the season pass or not?
Like I bought season pass for Street Fighter 4. I bought the season stuff, all the DLC stuff for Cross Tekken. It's like I've always just bought this stuff. So
yeah, like you can. I think it's like per dollar you put in, you get like 1,000 zenny, which is the other currency.
Yeah.
Which then can be used for like premium stuff. Etc.
Also just done survival stuff as well, which I guess I've put more time into than story mode, just because it's the nearest thing to an arcade mode.
Yeah, you beat normal mode.
Yeah, we realised it actually says at the bottom when you're choosing it. So easy is 10 stages, and we'll get you the third colour for whatever character you're doing it for. Normal is 30 stages, and if you do it 3 times, it will get you 4, 5, and 6 colours.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to go on to hard and hell.
Hard is 50 stages, and will get you colours 7, 8, and 9. And then I believe 10 will get you the last colour and like a special title, which is 100 stages.
Oh, is that hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because...
and I'm going to guess it's not brain dead AI like on easy and normal mode.
Well, yeah, I'm not quite sure how it works.
Like, I'm going to guess it gets harder and
does
harder.
it just straight up put it on hell difficulty, or is it just called hell difficulty because it's more?
Yeah.
And they'll slowly get stronger? I'm not sure yet. But
I want to see that. I will check it out.
Well, I mean, just doing 30 was a test of endurance.
Yeah, it's more of
knowing that I have to do that 2 more times with Vega just to get the rest of his colours is kind of like, oh, alright, don't feel like doing that right now, but
I'll come back to it one day.
I'll do it at some point. Yeah.
And then we also play, is there anything else about Street Fighter 5?
Well, we played Broforce, I guess.
Yeah, that's
it's like I also have Rocket League and Broforce.
Yeah,
like,
Broforce was fun.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
Probably already spoken about that.
Yeah.
But Broforce.
Yeah, Broforce. I've played it before. I have it on my Mac already.
Yeah.
I've had it for a while.
This was my first time since it first... I think I first played it in early access.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it was my
code.
first time altogether.
Yeah,
So.
I got it in early access when it was like super early access.
I'd only ever played it... Well, I'd played it 2-player.
Yeah.
Was the most I'd ever played, not 3 players, which
It was
makes it way more chaotic.
pretty hectic, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns into like new Super Mario Brothers levels of chaotic.
And it's funny how much it changes the game into something totally different.
Oh yeah, there's no cohesion. Like you can't work as a team.
The way that I play the single player game, where it's like I usually end up just borrowing the most kind of effective route into the walls, because you can break every wall.
And
It's just burrow the right way through and then do what I need to do. And there's just no chance of that when there's 3 of you.
No, because it's like one person will be fucking MacGyver, one person will be Will Smith, and the other person will
Will
be Neo.
Smith's the worst.
And it's like Will Smith's exploding fucking everything and flying backwards. Oh, I'm dead. MacGyver just explodes everything anyway because
I was playing
dynamite.
it. I was playing it the weekend, and you know those kind of, I think they're called like covert missions where you have to play as a specific character and get to the end and do whatever. We did the Rambo one before. The next one's a MacGyver one. Fucking
It's the
I spent
worst.
probably about half an hour on that stage.
It's the worst.
And I'm just like, oh.
But like, it's
McBrover.
it's so fucking easy getting you back in and stuff like that. It's just like that. It's like
Also, the stutter at the start of the stage.
it throws you off.
Why?
So
Why?
I learned not
Why
to
is it
move the
there?
stick until my guy has leapt out by
Yeah,
himself.
exactly.
Oh yeah, I found myself just
Sometimes
running
just
off the
walk
edge
off the edge, yeah, because it's just
quite
like,
a few times.
yeah. I don't know why that's there. That was never present in my Mac version.
No.
I
It might be just a PS4 glitch.
guess so. I hope they fix it soon.
Yeah, but it's fun to play with you guys because we've not really done that many cooperative games.
Not with the 3 of us, yeah.
So it was interesting to see how we all work.
I mean, it seems
How
like in
we
these
all-
3-player co-op scenarios, it never goes well for
Nope.
us. We're just really bad when it's the 3
I was
of
looking
us.
at the eShop on the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh yes, Triforce Heroes
Triforce
available.
Heroes. I was like, no.
How much is it?
I still think it's full price.
Well, no. Screw that.
Because certain games are on sale at the minute. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do I not?
I mean, so the other thing that we've talked about since I bought it about kind of doing as a group was XCOM 2.
Yes.
Which obviously
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
3-player, but that'll be our kind of combined intellectual power,
Yeah.
A combined
wanna-
IQ of 90.
and we'll see how that goes at some point.
I wanna do that soon.
We can start it this week.
We can start it this week. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We've said we'll do an Iron Man run. So
for as
I don't
long
know
as
if-
it
I
lasts.
don't know if we've told Jacob about this plan. We might have been planning it.
I think
Oh,
I've been
God.
privy to the conversation.
Yeah.
So the idea is to do an Iron Man run,
Hmm.
do a Let's Play of an Iron Man run, and just do it as long as it lasts.
Yeah.
Which might not be very long at all.
No.
It could be 15 minutes or it
Yeah.
could be 15 hours.
Yeah.
You could get purely lucky and beat the game on Iron Man
A bit
mode.
like Matt Lees' playthrough of the first XCOM. That's what he did.
Yes.
The Sponge Squad.
Oh god, yeah, that's right.
It's good shit.
Oh, we're gonna need a theme for names.
Hmm.
Should we just make ourselves?
Yeah.
We're gonna have Jacob the General Dickens.
Ooh. Amazing. General Pounder.
We'll have to come up with
Or are we
nicknames.
just gonna have Bobo Barbarian?
Bobo Barbarian. We'll just put random names into.
That'll be
into the
people
thing.
we know. We'll just put
Yeah.
it into the wrestling name.
They won't know who they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That's been mainly what I've been playing on the PS4. I've not been playing it nearly as much as I've wanted to, just through circumstance, I think.
yeah. Well, a lot of the time you would bring it in and it was like.
Oh, yeah.
It's like.
The amount of times we were like, we're recording, but we haven't needed it. So
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, you've kind of got me wanting one.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I could get Street Fighter on PC, but then kind of want to hold off and maybe get it on PS4 because there's these other PS4 exclusives that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the deal that Game are offering where if you trade in a previous gen console, you
You
get
get
50%
£50
extra
Money
for
off.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's.
Yeah, I think I checked for an Xbox 360 at the moment, which I don't really use my 360 anymore.
Yeah.
I use it. I have it at home that I'll use things like WWE Network and Netflix on, so I can run it through my TV at home without having to take my Xbox One back. And so yeah, that's going for I think £37 at the moment.
Ooh,
So
that's
I get-
not a lot
yeah.
for a 360.
Nah.
I mean,
That's
it's
GameCube levels.
They're really
prices.
common, aren't they?
yeah.
So-
I mean, it's not even one of the slim ones or anything. It's an all elite.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So if they give me that 50% extra on that, that'll give me about 50 quid that I can get off
Hmm.
of the PS4.
Yeah.
Joel
I actually
Joel
used-
is anxiously looking out the window right
I can
now.
see a security guard trying to like figure out if people are in here or not, and he can't decide whether to come in or not.
I actually used my Xbox 360 last weekend.
What for?
Well, because I was at home still,
Oh,
okay.
and
did you-
I didn't have anything with me, obviously. So
Did you just play something?
I think, yeah, we just saw what was on my hard drive, and I think me and Keanu played like Cloudberry Kingdom.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Right, I shouldn't have asked.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ollie.
Yeah.
I'm moving on before we talk about Cloudberry.
No, you're not a Cloudberry Kingdom fan.
I think I've got the wrong game in my head, but is it the one that's the super hard platformer?
Yeah,
With the lasers and the terrible art.
yeah,
It looks like an early Newgrounds game.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's not talk about that. Ollie, what have you been
Yes.
playing?
Pretty much the same as in previous weeks. I've slowly still been making my way through Pokemon Red.
Slowly.
Yeah.
You were pretty quick last week.
Yeah, I've not really been on it as much because I'm getting frustrated by it, and I just kind of realised, as I said, there was a few things that are broken. But anytime I encounter a Bellsprout now, I just flip my shit.
Right?
I think I spoke last week about how shit rap is now,
Oh, yeah.
and they just it's all they use.
I forgot. Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
they're incredibly irritating. But I've been through I'm been through Lavender Town now, and I've been through Pokemon Tower, and just kind of relived some of the dialogue in there. That's weird as fuck.
Morbid.
So you got like those possessed women that
Mhm.
just like
The
bring me
channelers.
blood.
Hmm.
I also mentioned, I think I mentioned to Jacob, probably not on the podcast, that if you go on the eShop, the age rating has been bumped up for Red, Blue, and Yellow, and it's now a 12.
Oh?
The
reason's pretty funny.
Yeah, the reason is for gambling, because you can play
Oh!
slot machines in the game corner.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so
That used to be a 3+ game.
yeah, so you
Gambling.
kids wanting to experience our childhood, these little kids wanting to try out Pokemon. No,
better be
you're
12.
not old enough. We were,
Nah, son.
obviously we've been playing things as children that we were not old enough for. That was not suitable for us, and it's probably caused our severe mental issues
Yeah.
in life.
I mean, I was playing
Joel's extreme gambling problem.
shit like Mortal Kombat back then. So
I think the most violent thing I was playing back then was probably GTA.
oh yeah.
I was a GTA kid.
Mm.
That was the cool thing. Vice City.
All right, yeah.
Going in with a samurai sword, slicing everyone's heads off. It was hilarious. But
Yeah, I mean, I played Halo on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
That was
Halo sort of got by though because it was like big purple aliens,
Well, I
and everything was Fisher Price sized. It was like
this big plastic-looking gun.
see. I never.
it's like a lot of people are dying, but also a lot of aliens are dying. And what's the difference between this and say Star Wars?
I never got Halo 1 or 2 on release.
Yeah.
I got them together a while after because I must have been like 12 at the time, whatever. And I just had this kind of huge raging debate with my dad because I was subscribed to OXM, and obviously I basically it was the only. I wasn't using the internet as much then, so that was my main source of gaming news.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
Halo
yeah.
2 was one of the few games they gave a 10 out of 10. So I was kind of taking their word as law, and I was like, I need to play this. I have to get this game. So I was going on to my dad saying, like, I need to get Halo 2, and it was a 16, and he was trying to hold his ground. So you're not old enough.
Yeah, my dad did the same when I was like, I need to get Resident Evil 4 for the Wii.
Yeah.
He was like,
well then
no, you can't.
I can just remember going to my brother's and him just being like, Dad, didn't you buy me Mortal Kombat when I was like 10 on
Well, yeah. That's the same thing that happened to
SNES
me.
or whatever.
It's like,
and he was just like, shut your mouth. But no, so eventually they released the bundle of Halo 1 and 2, and it also came with the Halo multiplayer map pack, which was on a disc.
Shit,
of
yeah.
all times.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer map pack obviously didn't have all the campaign stuff on it, and that it was just multiplayer, and that was rated 12. So on the box for the triple pack, which is what I got, it had all the titles on it, but for the age rating, it had the age rating of the multiplayer map pack, which was a 12. So I remember going into the shop, showing this to my dad, and go, can I get this Halo game? Look, this one's a 12. And he's like, yeah, okay, you can have that one. Then you take it out of the box, and while it says 12 on the front, you pull out Halo 1 and 2, and they're both still 16 plus. I was like, I've already bought it now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I ended up duping my dad on Amazon because he didn't really look at it that hard. ended up buying me Mortal Kombat Deception when I was about 12.
Oh
And
yeah,
it was like, if I'd have gone into a shop and been like, can I have this? They're like, it's a fucking 18.
yeah.
Get the
My
But yeah, my dad was like, well, I guess.
my dad, the only game my dad was super harsh, like, nope, you ain't getting this. It was Resident Evil 4, and that's because my uncle had showed it to him when he had it on GameCube.
Oh yeah.
And my dad was like, "This is really violent for a Nintendo game," and I think that's what put him off permanently from like letting me play it. But then after that, like once I reached like 13, I was buying my own games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I fucking don't care. I was sending him to the counter with like 18 rated games and stuff.
I think my parents were particularly strict with GTA. Because that was kind of the one that always got used as an example.
See, I was never really big into GTA, so it was never a problem for me.
See, the first one I got was GTA 4. But that was kind of always the game that was used as an example in the media. It was like, this is too violent, you can murder prostitutes.
Yeah, I never had a console that could until like 360, and by then by the time I got a 360, I was like 14, 15 at that point. So my dad had gone like, oh, you know, at your age, I was watching shit in the cinema that I shouldn't have been seeing and stuff like that. My dad has been super lax, and I would say maybe too lax with my younger brother because like all the rules carried over from.
Joel turned out fine.
Well, no, but like those rules he put in place with me for like older stuff, like for games especially, like movies and stuff like that, he didn't give a shit because he was, you know, he was in the mindset of what he. But like my brother was like playing GTA Vice City when he was 7, and stuff like that, and it was like I always felt a bit skeezy letting him play Vice City.
It's something that honestly I don't know how I'll be should I have children.
I will be as lax as my dad was, but I know when. But also because I'm playing these games, I'll probably still be playing video games when they're playing video games. I'll be like, nah, son, you ain't having this. Or,
yeah, it's like I know there should be
this.
some limit.
Yeah, like
but you can't be like.
I'll be like, you can play The Witcher 3
about it.
as long as you appreciate it for the story.
And not the unicorn sex scenes. As long as you don't go down Yennefer's path, you're alright.
No, Wally's going to want them to go down Yennefer's path. Joel, come
on. I'm raising them with morals, Joel.
You can't bring up our kids in a Yennefer household. Triss.
Oh, shit.
You can't do this to me, Ollie.
I still need to make
My
a decision.
children aren't going after sluts.
I've never...
Triss, Yennefer disappeared and worked for the Nazis.
Triss lied and manipulated and slept her way into the picture.
And she made Geralt happy while Yennefer was just off gallivanting
through
with
lies
a fucking...
and deception.
Yennefer was lies and deception. She
was honest. When she came back, she was honest about where she'd been.
Yeah, and she's still working for the fucking Nazis. And then she was like, oh,
just because they don't share your interests, Joel.
Oh no, Ciri. And like Geralt's like, actually, I'm the only one who cares about Ciri because you haven't fucking been looking for her for the last few years either. So you can fuck off anyway.
She lost her memory, Joel.
So did Geralt.
Exactly.
And then
so you should understand.
Yeah, but like at least Yennefer didn't try to sleep her way back after like the reason Triss left Geralt was because like, oh god. Yeah,
because she realised what a lying whore she was.
No!
I still need to play this to cast the deciding vote.
Triss is such a better character than Yennefer anyway.
Can I literally just play the third one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you
can. You can.
Yeah,
but like,
it works
we really want you to play 2 because it.
But I've started 2 like twice and I've just not got on with it.
Yeah, but 2 is like better in some ways.
No, in terms of the love story, if you were to just play 3, you probably would lean towards Triss. Because
no, you probably lean more towards Yennefer.
Well, Look at this.
No, you would lean more towards Yennefer because they don't introduce Triss unless you have the backstory of 2.
Well,
like they introduce Triss as this ex-lover.
Yeah, see the way I was thinking of it is when you meet Yennefer in Witcher 3, she seems like this like kind of cold.
Yeah, they introduce her as cold and stuff like that. But as soon as you like,
Triss is always like kind of friendly and warm. Well, her character isn't as developed. Well, they have updated that, and I haven't. They've added more Triss dialogue.
Yeah.
Triss in the game comes across as broken-hearted and sour because Geralt left her for his destiny or whatever like that with Yennefer. And so
Yeah, but if you play Witcher 2, then you'll know what Triss did.
Yeah.
And Witcher 1 helps with it a lot.
Yeah, but Yennefer is nowhere to be fucking found in 2 or 1, and it would be assumed that they've both got their memories
she's
back.
basically
roughly.
dead.
Yeah, well, fuck that. Geralt's built a new life, and it's actually a happier ending if you go with Triss. It's a way happier ending. Look,
Wow.
look, it's a way happier ending with Triss than it is with Yennefer. Yennefer had a bitch fit because I didn't go with her. She threw a bed out of the window.
She threw out of a portal into
and
a
then,
lake.
Yeah, she then teleported me into a portal and then put me in the middle of a lake, and I had to go all the way back, and it's like a good 5-minute walk.
Women, eh? Am I right?
Jesus Christ, you can't.
Just don't choose them. They
Right,
suddenly teleport you out into a lake.
Now.
Bloody women.
It'll come up again at some point.
It will come up again once Jacob starts playing it. Just watch The Witcher 2 so you understand what's going on. Because
Okay.
also
get
then
behind
like also then you can decide on what you want to do with Leto.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it Letho?
Letho, yeah.
Yeah, Letho.
So just watch a playthrough.
Watch a playthrough.
Okay.
Decide what you do in Letho because he actually has one of the coolest fucking missions in the game.
Yeah.
Or coolest entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's completely unexpected. Like
He's the bald guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will totally not like realize like you're walking into the Letho storyline.
Okay.
Like I didn't.
Or if you killed him in Witcher 2, he's just not there.
Fair dues.
And then you don't have another warrior for the battle at the end.
Oh.
And he's really super helpful.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and well, he's supposed to have Kira there as well, and she's a bit dead on mine.
Oh well, I kept everyone alive. I had the super happy ending. Me.
I killed
I
Kira.
had the bittersweet super happy ending.
Well, there's only one way of keeping Kira alive. All the other scenarios, she will die. Whether
I
it's you
managed-
kill her or Radovid kills her.
I managed to keep her alive. It's
Yeah.
very easy to
You
keep
can either
her
fight
alive.
her. You can either fight her yourself, have her burnt at the stake,
Shit.
or save her.
I sent her to Kaer Morhen and she lived and was very happy. And she
is-
has a nice happy
You're just
ending.
siding with all these women that manipulate you to get what they want.
Just so easily
I
manipulated,
took
Joel.
the papers she had, the research she had, I took off her, and gave it back to Radovid. So
Probably still not a good move. Don't give it to
No,
Radovid.
it's not a good move.
Radovid's nuts.
yeah, but what happened? I had the super happy ending. Guess what? Radovid's fucking gone as well.
But
Because-
it's a good job because you handed him a fucking bioweapon.
Yeah, and guess who kills him?
Shit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Ice Scoop Lady. Ice
Oh,
Cream Scoop Lady.
Yeah.
Scream scoop.
Which I don't think you got.
No, she wasn't even really in Witcher 2
Yes,
for
you
me.
didn't get her in Witcher 2.
I took
There's a
Roach's
character.
path.
There's a character in who I think she'll be in Witcher 3.
Yeah, she will be.
She's barely mentioned in Witcher 2 if you go down one path. Philippa. She's
Owl lady.
she's
an owl.
She's an owl,
Okay.
but she's also a lady. She's
Right.
super important.
She's an owl that Zoltan thinks is a. Zoltan has a pet owl, but he thinks it's a parrot, so he's trying to teach it to talk.
It's amazing actually because I went through the entire of Witcher 3 and never realised like wait, hang on. This fucking owl has eye patches on. Yeah, in Witcher 2 she has like an eye scooped out by the king.
Oh, lovely.
For betraying sort of.
Yeah, see what happened in my playthrough of Witcher 2 because I was on Roach's path. This is Henselt, isn't it?
Wait.
Is it Henselt that does that?
No, it's
This-
Radovid. Radovid does it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I get a whole different storyline with Henselt and he rapes Vess.
Oh.
It's not very nice.
Oh no, I
So,
got none of
like,
that.
Did you get to meet Vess in Witcher 3? Is she
Yeah.
still in it, even if you took the Elves path?
I want to say she was there, but not a main part.
Yeah, but see,
It was more to do with Roach.
Yeah, see, I met her in Witcher 3 and she's like fucked. She's like mentally scarred.
Yeah, she's not real. She's just kind of like moody.
Yeah.
She's not. There's nothing really wrong with her. Shit. God damn it! That happened that happened just before while we're on the Witcher 3. Supposedly Blood and Wine is coming out next month,
Oh, is it that soon?
the 26th.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Right.
According to a Polish website.
You better get playing, yo.
Yeah.
The
Still
bit-
not on a finished playthrough.
I'm considering redoing it and experiencing the David Beckham pack and Blood and Wine.
The David Beckham pack?
Stone. The
Hearts of Stone. Oh,
Hearts
yeah.
of Stone. The main villain of Hearts of Stone looks like David Beckham.
Oh,
What Gauntero did?
I see.
You know the main, the guy with the mustache.
Oh, him. Not,
the-
yeah, I was you could argue. It depends who you'd argue is the main villain, because there's Gaunter, who's just...
Well, there's this guy.
Yeah. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about Gaunter at first.
Is that the Mirror
Yeah.
Man? Yeah, the Mirror Man's fucking creepy as fuck. Right. Anything else you've been playing, Ollie?
Somehow we got onto The
But-
Witcher.
Happens every
I
time.
haven't been playing Witcher, but we got onto it. Other than that, I played a bit more XCOM, and I feel like I'm getting better at it. Less
Yeah.
people are dying.
Well, speaking of strategy games, I've been playing. So on Friday, Harley hacked my 3DS so that I could play import games because she can't play any of her import games that she's bought.
Technical wizardry.
Because she tried to hack a 3DS to do so, and didn't work out. It updated instead. Something. So now she's fucked. But mine was ripe for the pickings.
Yeah.
So she really wanted to play her
It
imports.
was just about neglected enough.
Yeah. So I've come into a copy of Fire Emblem Fates early. Like, way early.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't come out here till May. It's the special edition as well, so it's like the Super Nito
Alright.
with all 3 packages on it.
Oh, cool.
So I was slightly confused as to how Fire Emblem Fates worked at the start. Like, you choose a side, and it's like, well, hang on, wait. If I've got this if I've got this special edition, like, does it make? Obviously, it's going to make me pick, but like, now I understand how it works. So if you don't have, say you had Conquest, but you didn't have Birthright, you would be forced into the Conquest storyline, and you'd have no choice unless you bought and downloaded Birthright onto your SD card.
Right.
So if you had the physical version, you would be, straight onto Conquest, unless you buy and download Birthright alongside it. The special edition comes with Revelations at the same time. So Revelations doesn't launch until, like, I think in a few days, as a download. So they've let people play the main game, and then they want you to go back in, and there's even an option on the main menu which is just like start from the choice, so you don't have to go through any of the prologue stuff.
Right.
Because the first few chapters are like, here's what this guy's like, here's what these guys are like.
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone chooses the Conquest side.
Right.
Because they're the boss, the big. He's called King Goron.
Right.
He's literally the devil.
Oh.
He looks evil. He's literally like. That's not how you spell that. I was just trying to show.
Did you find the Zelda kind of King Goron?
No, I found that. No, this isn't any of those guys.
What are you looking at over
I'm trying
there?
to find.
I don't know what you're like.
Here we go.
I can't see the screen.
Oh.
You can come round and have a look.
Yeah, he doesn't look the most trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so you learn like
yeah.
you learn like through the story and everything like that. Like, your character is brought up in Nor, which is basically the western region. They're basically like they're the Westerners.
Yep.
But you were actually born and then kidnapped from the East.
Okay.
Which is Birthright.
Mm-hmm.
And the East are very Japanese samurai, ninja focused sort of things, and the West and Nor and
Knights
stuff like that is like
shit.
knights and
Cavalry.
magic and
Horsemen.
yeah, pretty much. Well, there's magic on the Birthright side as well, but it's like
Pegasus Knights.
Yeah, it's a lot of like rat spirit
Ew.
and ox spirit,
Yeah.
like the magic stuff on the east side, whereas like on the west it's a lot of like
Horse.
magic
Dog.
stuff like that. I'm not sure. So they so I chose the choice. I went with the birthright side.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with the goodies basically.
Mm.
I bet Conquest comes round on like King Goron's actually evil all along. Oh God, let's
Really?
kill him.
No way.
Harley told me that you get to go through each individual character as like almost like a boss setting later on in the game and basically slaughter them. And
What,
stuff
from
like
the other side?
From the other side,
Okay.
or I don't know, maybe they join you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I chose the birthright side initially because of like, yeah, these guys look like the good guys, but also the Conquest side has the most fucking irritating characters on the planet.
Oh.
They're all like, they're basically the Tories. And it's like, nope, fuck this.
The Donald Trump.
George Osborne. Hey.
Yeah, like one of them's just a big busty lady who's just like, oh my dear sweet princess, my dear sweet sister,
Which
and then there's a
Tory
young
could that
anime
be?
girl who's like, yay, we get our big sister back, and it's like, nope, I'm gonna fucking murder the fuck out of you later on in this game if I get the chance.
Mm.
But the actual game is typical Fire Emblem. It's Fire Emblem Awakening.
Sounds good to me, because I
Um,
really liked Awakening.
I've turned off permanent death.
I was considering, because I'm probably going to play this.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
considering doing
playing-
that because I kind of just want to go through it first.
I'm playing casual.
So
Yeah.
what does the permadeath?
Like characters will permanently.
Is
Just
this
die.
in a similar kind of manner to? So I've not played.
Yeah,
Fire Emblem
it's
game,
it's
so-
sort of like XCOM, except I think particular characters will just retreat if they
also-
are required
so
for
I'm-
the story.
What I'm
Hmm.
saying, is it like XCOM in the sense that you'll just kind of build a squad out of these like nothing characters, like disposable ones?
No, it's
Or-
more to do. It's more like.
Or are you actually given characters?
They're more
Yeah.
kind
and
of
they can be
character
killed?
Yeah,
characters. Yeah.
like
Okay.
each character has their own personality, and so at the minute I've got like like my
Some of them are very bland.
yeah.
Still.
Some of them are bland,
But-
but this one like more leans heavily on like each character has their own individual style and what class they are, and you
Yeah.
can then build relationships between each
You
one.
you can pair them up and get them married.
So yeah, like
yeah,
I've not played any Fire Emblem games, but from everything I've heard, it sounds right up my street.
You
It
would
sounds
really like
yeah.
it. It's
Sell
story.
it to
It's
me.
really story focused,
Yeah,
but the
rock,
game.
paper, scissors.
What's
It seems a lot of it's kind of rock, paper, scissors-y.
this time round? It's a lot of like.
At least that's been the traditional Fire Emblem system for a long time.
Yeah, this one doesn't
Where it's
seem
like,
like that.
spears beat this.
Oh
swords
yeah,
beat
that's
this.
definitely like it tells
Right.
me like weapons not compatible.
There's like a
You-
triangle sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's like I think spears beat swords, swords beat
Also
something.
in-
Like, that's
swords
not
beat
been-
axes, and axes beat
other than
spears.
if
I
I
think.
skip through the tutorial
Yeah.
by accident,
I think it's not strictly beats, but it does like more
No,
damage.
but, like,
for you
so,
to send
like,
like an axe person against a spear
so-
person.
Yeah,
something
so like bow people can attack like bow
Yeah.
and arrows can attack from a further space away.
Also, like in terms of world, like how easy is it to get into? Like,
Each game's its own
so is it
Mm.
thing. Like
Okay.
Awakening has nothing to do with
No.
Fates.
right?
And there's no the only lineage that goes through it is like leads into Smash Brothers,
Yeah, like,
like
Marth.
Marth, Roy.
Right.
There's kind of series within series
Yeah,
because there's stuff like there's like 3 games that had Ike and his
Yeah.
kind of storyline on the GameCube
yeah.
/
There's,
Wii.
there's some of them continue, but the like they've made very much. They've made sure that these ones
Yeah.
are very much disconnected, so that like,
There's-
obviously a load of fucking people played Awakening and they
Mm.
love those characters and stuff
Mm.
like that, but not everybody did.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole brand new bunch of people, so let's just.
For the most part, I like
Yeah.
the characters from
And-
Awakening, so I have
yeah.
faith that I guess I'll
These characters are really good.
like these
I
ones.
like the Birthright side
Mm.
characters more than like. You know, you've got your stereotypical samurai warrior.
He is all about honor.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get revenge.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go off on my own. So at the minute, it's basically a wild goose chase. And I fought ninjas. I fought tribesmen.
There must be a super cocky one.
Yeah, but he's basically already had that slapped out of him.
Oh, okay.
Like he was introduced
Is there?
at the start in the prologue,
Yeah.
and he's not got that, and then he's introduced again, and he's got that again,
Okay.
and it's like, oh wait, that's just like the prologue's literally just a dream.
Is there comic relief?
Most of the comic relief's done through the talking. Like everybody has like a humorous side to them. Like so
Alright.
before each battle, you can talk to.
Mm.
You can have certain characters talk to certain characters if it highlights them,
Yeah.
and that'll build their relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then they'll work better together on the field. So you can either pair them up, so they'll take up one space themselves.
Which I typically.
So I was
seem to
currently
do.
looking up how expensive Awakening is because I kind of want to try it out.
Awakening is still really
Yeah,
fucking
it still seems
expensive.
to
Yeah.
be like 30 quid everywhere.
Yeah, it's because it didn't have a large run,
No.
really. But so like you can have characters pair up on the map, and then
Okay.
that'll give the lead character in that pair a benefit. So it's like this guy now gets +3 magic,
Okay.
and +3 luck. So basically, that it's like you're probably going to get more chance of a critical attack, and
Yeah.
also if he does magic damage, you're going to be able to fucking wipe them out.
Mm.
Also, the secondary person in the pair will be able to defend the other person and negates all damage, basically. So it's super handy to have, but the only problem is then like
You've got less units on the field that can.
less units, and
shit.
also the paired unit, the secondary unit in the pair, doesn't get the experience points from each battle. So I was pairing up my healer with another character because they went well together.
Yeah.
But then I was lacking a healer, or a dedicated healer, and also she wasn't getting any experience. So like, I'm 10 hours into the game
Yeah.
and she's only level 4.
It's like I kind of did that in Awakening. Like,
Yeah.
The player character, who I guess within the lore is called Robin.
Yeah.
But you name him whatever the hell you want to name him. I basically just married the best healer and was like, I ain't gonna fucking die
Yeah.
because my wife's the best healer, so she's pairing up with me all the time. So fuck you guys.
Yeah, I'm leaning more into. So I'm playing a lady.
Oh.
I think in the lore it's meant to be Corin.
Oh yeah, they just got added to Smash as well, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, they were already in Smash.
Yeah.
The other one with the book and the sword.
That's Robin.
Is that Robin?
Corrin's DLC that's getting added in.
I can't remember. Shit. I can't remember if it's...
Robin is the Awakening one that has the book and the sword. That was in
Yes.
Smash from launch.
Yes.
Whereas Corrin's been added in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's Corin.
Hmm.
Yeah. So mine looks nothing like that. Mine has... Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but like my favorite story, like, so there's like comic relief stuff like within each character. So it's like my main character and the butler's trying to teach the main character how to make a pot of tea, and it's not going well.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I like the combat a lot. This is like my first proper Fire Emblem game. Like, I've not played one since the GameCube, and I didn't make it far in the GameCube versions because they were too hard for my child brain.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's not as difficult as I thought it would be, but then again, I'm playing on casual mode.
Yeah. It's like I played Awakening with permadeath and shit, and that makes it quite stressful.
Yeah.
Because you do get attached to the characters after you have all these kind of character building moments.
Yeah, and I was sort of like, I'm not just switching this console on and off.
Mm.
Especially like the way I have to
you do end up
access
doing
this
that.
game to get onto region unlocks.
Oh yeah.
Is a fucking hassle. Like, I know I'm gonna forget this and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something wrong and it's gonna break. So I'm just gonna keep this on sleep mode and suspend it whenever and stuff like that. But no, it's real good. It's really good. I can see it taking a fucking age to beat everything though.
Right.
Like-
to do like both sides and then the rest of it.
Because it's like, I'm obviously never going to do the conquest side because
I know.
it's
to get
one
the
of those
whole
things.
story.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm not going to... It's like when I played Mass Effect. I didn't go back through and play Mass Effect fully Renegade.
I feel like it's a bit different.
Well, it's the same. For me, this is like the same thing. This is like, I'm not going to sit through this story and then murder all these characters I got attached to. The last game I did that with was Undertale, and I felt fucking atrocious. But I will go back through and play the Revelations,
Right.
which apparently is like you don't choose a side and it reveals a whole
I'm trying to
new
think if
story.
I'm trying to think of any other games where there's actually that drastically different choices to the point of actually being like 2 separate campaigns.
Well, it's like
Well, it's 2 separate games at this point.
Yeah.
It's
Sonic Adventure 2.
no,
Ah.
no.
Yeah,
because
we're
you
going to talk
do
about
this-
Sonic Adventure 2.
No, you because Sonic Adventure 2 shite.
Well, I mean,
You do the
if
hero
you want to
side
get
and the
back
dark
onto
side.
Witcher, you've got the kind of Witcher 2
Yeah, Witcher 2 does that.
is a good example.
Like,
You've got the
you
Roach
nev-
and Yorvith
yeah.
Path. I've not played the Yorvith Path.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't go back to Witcher 2 and play
Yeah.
the Yorvith Path because
Well,
you would because you're a lunatic, but
I maybe will at some
you're the
point.
wrong person to be talking to this about.
No, but I know what you mean, because obviously with Witcher 2 you get an entirely different
Yeah.
Act 2, and they are long acts,
The-
considering there's
it's
only
the-
3, so...
Yeah, like it's a good 20 hours of act. The only complaints I have about it, I understand it's a 3DS game. There's
Mhm.
not a lot of space on those cartridges, and voice acting is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I wish everything was voice acted,
Oh, yeah.
and also hopefully I'm gonna look through the options right now.
Oh, he's got it with him.
I've got it with me because I don't like to leave it in the room like, by itself
Hmm.
in case someone just comes in and swipes it. I'm
I
gonna
left
check.
mine in there.
I'm gonna check right fucking now. Wait, where's the options?
What are you looking for?
I
Oh, you-
want.
Are you on it as we speak?
Yeah, I want options.
Well,
Hang on.
There.
entertaining content.
Story voices on, off. There is no change to the Japanese voices.
Oh,
Read!
no.
But yeah, so I've been playing that. I also played a little bit. So basically, I got handed a bunch of 3DS games that aren't playable anymore. So I also played a little bit, like maybe 5 minutes of Theatre Rhythm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Final Fantasy Theatre Rhythm for those hot Final Fantasy music. The hot Final Fantasy music. You can play the battle theme from Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't like it. It's one of the modes where it's like one character walking across like a scene or something like that, and you've got to. So I like to play with buttons because I think the stylus would be too hard.
Right, okay.
Because it requires swipes and stuff like that, and it's like I don't trust this touchscreen to deal with swiping in that way, especially on harder modes and stuff like that. So it's easier for me to just press the direction on the circle pad. But there's one mode where it's like you've got to follow the song. So it's like a big line will appear on the screen and then you got to hit A. You got to keep hold of A. So usually it would just go across.
Yeah.
You know, like in Guitar Hero,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you hit the long notes. So it's just a long note, but then it will start to dip and turn and stuff like that.
Alright.
And you've got to move the circle pad in time with
Okay,
the
yeah.
line so it catches all the notes. Otherwise, you fail. And I was like, "Why is this not working?" And then I realized, like, "Oh, wait, I just didn't pay attention in the tutorial." So it's all right, but it feels a bit fucking janky because it's like it doesn't.
Janky.
Yeah, it's a janky system.
Yeah,
It jutters in a way that doesn't look right.
Hmm.
And it's like it's not smooth enough. So I think like, oh, I'll try it with the stylus.
Oh, yeah.
See how it goes. But yeah, I got a couple of the games. On.
I saw your Style Boutique.
So Harley downloaded this Style Boutique game because she claims it's a great management sim. And I was like, all right, you can play this because you hacked this thing and it took us 5 hours to do. We didn't leave till 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's a bit off-putting for me to do it to mine. I'm gonna say.
Well, I guess if you just handed it to her, she'd do it at her home,
Yeah.
and then she'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Then you don't.
I may have a look.
Yeah. Don't do it by yourself because it looks really easy to fuck up.
Ah, yeah.
And this person's now done it 3 times. So.
But yeah.
But yeah. Region 3 3DS just opens up everything. Like Tycho game games, which are little drum games.
Oh right, taiko drums. Right?
Yeah, taiko drums. And so hopefully gonna get a copy of Bravely Default, the second one, soon, because now I'm on my 3DS. I'm just making my way through these games one by one that I've been handed.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Bravely Second can wait. It doesn't look like it's been reviewed too hot as the first one did.
Really?
I mean, obviously the JRPG crowd love it, but like IGN and GameSpot and stuff like that, it's sort of like lukewarm, sevens and stuff like that,
Right.
which is alright.
Yeah.
I probably would really enjoy it because it's more Bravely Default or Bravely I don't know.
Second.
Yeah, Bravely Second. I like the Japanese name better.
Oh yeah, I think you.
Bravely Default for the sequel.
That's the one.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
More video game names like that. Should we move into some news?
Is it time?
Sure.
It's
For
time.
the news.
Oh, it's the news.
Yeah.
It's time for the news. Linda McMahon here with the news.
we just wanted to fit that in somewhere.
Yep.
We didn't even have an intro. It's just news.
News.
Here
As you
is
can,
the news
the news is
with
here.
our little news music.
I have
Let's read-
papers.
Let's read
Yeah.
the news.
Look at this. I'm organised.
There's been so much news.
There's so much news.
What's the news, Joel?
The news.
Tell us the news.
Okay.
Read the
How many
news
more
like a
times can we
newsreader.
say news?
Lots of times. I'm just gonna like dip and dive between all these stories. So we're gonna work our way like backwards in importance.
Okay.
So,
So
the
we're starting
big-
with the least. Oh, the most.
yeah, the least important. Well, not the least important,
about-
but not the biggest news.
impact.
first.
But what's our lead story today, Joel?
Well,
News.
oh, do you want a
values.
lead story?
Pyramid?
Sure.
Well,
Then we need to close on something
nice.
Light-hearted.
happy and light-hearted.
Well, there's no happy and
Did you not-
light-hearted news
Did you not
in this.
listen
Wow.
in first year?
No, I didn't.
Neither did I. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense.
There's no happy news
It was
really.
a pyramid or something.
Sure.
What?
Was it an upside down pyramid or was it just
Not
a normal pyramid?
Wait, what? What
I don't
pyramid?
know what he's talking about.
News
don't-
values.
Wait, what?
There was like a pyramid or something.
What?
It was like that.
What? Wait, no, the context behind the pyramid.
As in,
Egyptians.
what's most important?
Oh,
Fuck it, just leave it.
leave it. I'm so lost. I completely missed
Just
what you.
fuck it, like.
Sorry, Jacob.
Fuck your pyramids.
So should we start with some happier news?
Go for it.
Overwatch.
Thought there wasn't any happy news.
Well, sort of happier news, because our lives are about to end once again to multiplayer shooters.
Yay.
An IGN ad leaked that Overwatch was launching on the 24th of May
Oh, baby.
by accident.
Mm.
And then I think Blizzard have basically come out and gone, yeah.
Woo.
Well, The Verge were basically saying, like, it's out here this time, and I
Yeah.
trust them.
Hmm.
I didn't read it through, I just looked at the date.
Yeah.
My eyes just,
Sure,
like,
most people do that. Yeah.
black out all the
Scan
bits that I
through.
don't need.
Yeah. You see a
Um,
number and you're like, oh, there you go.
yeah. So...
There's
and then
going to be a beta as well.
betas. Sorry, my mind is just like gone like, oh god. The beta opens on the 3rd for pre-orders.
Yep.
So if you pre-order the game, you'll be able to get in on the 3rd. But if you want to get in as a regular Joe, just wait till the 5th. And
I
it
thought it
runs
was the 4th.
the 5th.
Oh.
The 5th of May.
Oh, okay.
Runs through to the 9th.
Guess I'll be pre-ordering it then.
Are you going to be pre-ordering it?
If it gets me into the beta earlier. Got like a whole extra 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Now that Street Fighter's out, it's pretty much the game I'm looking forward to the most this year.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
I'm a
few
Blizzard
just-
whore.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And then from Polygon, well, not from Polygon, but from Rebellion,
Mm.
the Sniper Elite
Oh, yeah.
developers. Sniper Elite 4 is coming to it is coming this year.
Series that
Like they had one last
never
year.
ends.
I think it was last year. Sniper Elite 3 was last year.
And I honestly don't know many people who care.
Oh no, it's 2 years ago. It's all
Sniper Elite,
right.
the one with the X-ray stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
where you can shoot them in the balls.
Testicle
That's what it's
bursting.
most
Yeah.
known for.
Yep, that's the thing it's known for.
Shoot people in the balls.
Yep. So It's coming
Sure.
this year. Should I read this little press release thing?
Do it.
I'll read this little press release thing.
Go for it.
Well, this is from Polygon.
Okay.
In the description from Rebellion, Fairburn will take up arms with Italians struggling to free their nation in 1943. With the fate of the Allied liberation of Europe on the line, Rebellion is promising settings in sun-drenched Mediterranean coastal towns, colossal Nazi megastructures, daunting forests, and giddying mountain monasteries inspired by Monte Cassino.
Boy.
The studio also promises that all the action for which Sniper Elite is well known for will return, particularly the stealth operations that can break down into up-close life and death struggles.
Shut the front door.
So basically, hey, you liked Sniper Elite 3?
You're probably
Here's
going to like
more.
another one.
It looks good.
It looks
Probably
like
a little
Sniper
bit
Elite game.
difficult to run on a PC of my... But Ollie will be fine. Sniper
I
Elite...
won't play it.
Yeah.
Sniper Elite 2 was okay.
That's all they've seemed to me. They just look like okay
Yeah,
games.
the first one's a weird fucking game.
Mm.
And the second one, like, modernizes it in a way that
I
they...
like sniping in games. It's usually one of my preferred methods.
Choices.
Well, you're
But-
gonna like Sniper Elite.
But if you let me finish, Joel, I'd get bored of a game where it was my only option.
Yeah.
The more interesting aspects of Sniper Elite are, like, if you play on harder modes and stuff like that, like adjusting for wind and stuff like that.
bullet
Okay.
drop and all that shit.
So it
Kinda got
become
that in Battlefield, though, hasn't it?
yeah, but this is like super real. Like it can go from super
Right.
Battlefield style to super realistic,
Okay.
where it's like you're not even aiming at the head of the person.
the
You're
kind
now
of
aiming at a wall.
It's the kind of game I'd give a go if
Yeah.
it was £3 in a Steam sale.
It's gonna be probably soon.
There you go.
The
then.
third one will
Maybe
probably
I'll
be-
give it a go.
The third one will be that game's very soon.
Yeah.
And then let's go on to sad news.
Whoa.
Well, I'll say sad news, but not really. Shadow Moses, the fan remake, which got announced a couple months ago or last month, is already been cancelled.
Whoa.
Guys, stop announcing your fan remakes before they get done. Like, honestly, you can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, release it before they can do anything about it.
Yeah, it seems to be the way of things. There it goes.
Like, you gotta do this. Stop. So on Facebook they just put, "Hi guys, we have an important announcement to make today. We have to cancel the Shadow Moses project for reasons beyond our control. We would like to thank everyone for the tremendous support we've received. Shadow Moses team." It's a shame. It looked cool.
Yeah.
It was in Unreal 4.
Hmm.
It would have been cool to play that world.
I'm sure, yeah.
I'm sorry if my voice is slowly getting more coldier.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you
my
feeling
nose is
Oh, no.
getting blocked as we
Coldier
talk.
a word?
Is now.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's just... Oh, gross.
That was probably the most disgusting noise ever made on a microphone.
Coldier. To be coldy.
Yeah,
Or to get more coldy.
yeah. Shadow Moses cancelled.
Mm.
Guys, you gotta stop announcing your shit before
Yeah.
it's done,
Yeah.
because
Just
these
put
guys,
it out there and be
Konami,
like, what are you gonna do now?
are gonna put out this cease and desist,
Mm.
and then also are totally just gonna not communicate with anybody about it.
Yeah.
The Division beta
Oh, yeah.
that was happening got data mined
Yes.
for a lot of data.
Mm.
They
But
revealed loads of
primarily-
weapons.
Yeah.
Well, I say loads,
Like
but it's
over
like
100 or something.
yeah. So user It's Gamer Doc on the Reddit subreddit for the Division.
On the Reddit.
You guys ready to explore magical worlds? All right, let's go, guys. So I have been awake for 21 hours now, been data mining through so many files, trying to find weapon lists and a lot of other stuff. So I have found loads of things. I will show them the best way possible so I can. So spoiler alert, because I know many missions there are
You
and
sound
stuff,
like a
and I
robot.
have found DLC info as well. There is no punctuation there.
Wow.
How are you supposed to read that out?
Wow.
Like, there's no punctuation. The only piece of punctuation in that are the quotation marks I've given it, and the question mark after you guys ready to explore magical
You
worlds?
sound like either a robot or Esperoba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Yeah, well,
Would
that's
you
what
like this baby?
Do you want this baby?
Yeah.
It's like, that's how I read these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, they found 26 missions in the base game.
Which people have been going silly about.
It's crazy! 26 missions only!
Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
We don't know the content of any of these missions, but by god, 26 sounds like a silly amount.
And where's the side quest? Well, obviously, like, they only looked at the main missions.
Yeah.
They got all the titles for them and stuff like that. It's like, obviously, there's going to be like, yo, this is an MMO. This is another Destiny MMO.
And
that
also,
brand.
how much of this game is actually kind of mission based, and how much is can just kind of revolve around exploration?
Yeah.
And
Like, well, exploration is being like, they're trying to. It seems like Ubisoft are kind of pushing down on the whole exploration thing. More to do with the fact that they've cut the entirety of Brooklyn's area from the game, which is coming as DLC later on. Yo, this game's another Destiny MMO. You're going to be playing these same 26 missions over and over again. You're going to be doing dailies. You're going to be doing this, that, and the other. You're not going to be fucking leaving this game if you're into it. So yeah, they also found the Brooklyn missions within the data.
Alright.
Like, guess what? Also, the Xbox One's getting the first 2 expansions for $40 for a season pass. You get Underground and Survival.
Oh boy.
And then the third one that comes in that season pass is launching on all 3 consoles at the same time. Well, all 3 platforms at the same time.
Wait, there's not on the other ones?
So Underground and Survival coming to
What's
Xbox One a month earlier.
Oh, so it's timed exclusive.
It's timed exclusives,
Right.
but the third one won't be, because presumably that'll be the next. That'll be the big step forward for the game, or the next big chunk content.
What a coup for Xbox.
Yeah, well, if the Division's as good
can
as
be,
people
yeah.
are saying, like, people in the beta are saying, like, yeah, this is great, and then some people are saying, yeah, it's all right. There's been not a lot of negative reaction to it. The only negative reaction are coming from people who are going like, 26 missions. What are you on about? Guess what? Destiny doesn't have that many missions. Well, it does, but it's like,
I could have scrubbed out that number and put in like 40, and people still be like, 40 missions?
what are you on about?
Oh my god.
It's an MMO light. It's not really an MMO.
I know, I was kind of excited for it. It's just, yes, I'm also playing Trump Dog while I'm talking. It's just kind of taken so long. But
Yeah.
my hype has died down
Well,
to the point where I probably won't buy it.
Yeah, I was always kind of intrigued by the trailers. I never really cared enough
Like,
to
it was one of
consider
the
it,
things that I was pretty intrigued to try at EGX.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We never
well,
did.
yeah, but
Saw the
like
fucking
trying to get
queue.
into
Oh,
it
yeah,
was like
yeah.
fucking impossible.
Wasn't worth the wait, but-
Well, guess what? We'll find out tomorrow how it is, because the it comes out tomorrow.
Ba-boom.
comes out in an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
something
of course,
like
because there were no advanced review copies, were
that. No
there?
advanced review copies, so
Yeah.
we'll probably find out later on this week how it actually is.
Mm.
Well, the servers are live. Like, people have been streaming
Yeah.
them. Like, they got, like, Giant Bomb today had like a stream going. I didn't watch any of it. But
That surprises me.
well, I was trying to get out of bed, and the stream went live, and I was like, right, no, I gotta go. So Alan Wake Returns was trademarked.
Ooh.
And it's not a game.
It's not a game. Sam Lake had to come out and go like, no, it relates to Quantum Break. It's going to be like an ad during Quantum Break. Like, it's going to be tied into the world of Quantum Break, like a TV show.
Huh.
Sort of thing. Because, like, you know how Quantum Break works, right?
Yeah.
Have you been following Quantum Break recently? Like, the latest?
Kind of.
So you will play through a mission, and you will get a 22-minute show.
It'll be a telly show, yeah.
And then you'll carry on playing the effects of the
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
show,
yeah.
and the TV show will reflect on your choices
Okay.
from the game.
Okay.
So I'm presuming this is another like version of their Twilight Zone rip-off thing that they had within
Oh.
Alan
yeah.
Wake.
Oh, what was it called?
Oh God. No, not Twick.
Twick.
Night Springs.
Night Springs.
It was great.
Oh.
They had like FMV stuff, so presumably this will be on either TVs or it will be like bonuses. I don't know what it is, but there's an image out there of Sam Lake drinking a cup of coffee in an FBI outfit. It looks a lot like a spoof of X-Files Returns or something like that. The X-Files Return and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
E3 is already being spoken about.
It's not that far off.
It's still a bit far off. I don't want to think about it just
June,
yet.
isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't want to think about it just yet.
Too far.
Not too far, but I still don't want to think about it just yet.
Are you scared of June?
I'm terrified because I'm not sure when my lease is up and stuff like that. So it's like, am I going to be able to spend the next few... I know it's like pretty early on.
Well, my lease...
When is it this year?
E3.
Yeah.
Well, my lease ends in August, so...
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
If we all want to watch E3, you can sleep on my sofa for a bit.
Ba-boom. Bring a sleeping bag.
14th to the 16th. I will have to check when my lease is up.
Oh, yeah.
I will genuinely have to check that. I think I keep getting confused whether it's June or July. I'll do that later. There's no point doing it now. It's not relevant. But yes, so EA have dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
I
Activision.
didn't see that EA dropped out.
So EA are running their own thing
EA
outside
Direct.
of sort of. I think it's called Play EA.
Of course, it's not going to be called the same.
Oh God, what's it called? It's like an EA Play EA or something like that. There's a marketing campaign or something.
It's in the game.
It's in the game. It's big.
That's what it should be called.
So yeah, they're gonna have a Sunday conference instead of during like regular E3 time, like Bethesda did.
Oh yeah.
And they will be hosting in the, I think it's the Nokia Theatre,
right,
or something along those lines, their own like floor, sort of deal, like their own thing that everyone can attend for free.
All right.
I think there's tickets or something.
Well, does this mean that we're not gonna have another half an hour of Pele?
No, you're still getting that.
Just in a different time slot in a different
that
building.
On a Sunday instead of like a Monday afternoon.
You get the big Plants vs Zombies superhero coming out.
Yeah.
Flexing.
Peggle 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then Activision on the floor.
Oh yeah.
They're going through, say, Sony, because obviously, like, yeah, we've probably only got Call of Duty this year.
Yeah.
And so they're showing off Infinity Ward's new Call of Duty, which apparently is going to be called Ghosts 2, which is bizarre. Why would you attach anything to that name after how bad it was received?
I was wondering that literally a couple of days ago because I saw a thing about Ghosts. I was like, would they ever make a Ghosts 2?
Like, they shouldn't.
No.
But Games TM have reported that they are.
It's going to have 2 dogs.
Unless they're just saying like it for the, because it's Games TM.
I actually bought one of their magazines fairly recently.
It's
because it was in Smith's and there wasn't much else.
It's like Edge and Games TM.
And I needed something to read when I was on my lunch break in Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. Of what I remember anyway. It's not as bad as Cubed. So those 3 Nintendo magazines at the time.
I got MGC and I got Cube.
Cube, that's the one.
Yeah.
So there was NGC, which was top shit. That was the best. There was the official Nintendo magazine, which I got because it was nice, clean, and also my friends got me a subscription to it for my bar mitzvah, so I didn't have any way of saying no. And then there was Cube, and Cube was shite. Cube was genuine dog shite, and I knew this at the age of 11 and 12. The only good thing Cube did was come with DVDs of trailers.
And they were even GameCube sized.
Yeah, they were GameCube sized, and they didn't fucking work on the GameCube. You had to put them in your PC, and the only thing I had then was like this shitty PC, and it
I had a
struggled
DVD player that could play them.
See, I didn't. I had a VHS still. So you put them in the PC, and you watched your shit, and it's like Resident Evil 4 trailer taken from like E3 2004.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
And then it's like, wow, that was cool. And then you read the magazine, and it's boring as fuck. It's just I can't
I
remember
used to like
anything
it.
from Cube except for disdain for when my dad bought it me. And then it was super hard to find, and I think they went out of business relatively
Yeah.
quickly.
Now there's people that worked for that. Now working for Nintendo and shit.
What, for Cube?
Yeah.
From Cube?
Yeah, no, someone who worked on Cube has now worked for the official Nintendo magazine for a bit after that, and now they're working for Nintendo properly because we saw him at EGX.
Oh.
Yeah, he was working the stage.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that makes sense.
Cool little tidbit there.
Cool little tidbit. Well, your magazine was shite, mate. It was the bane of my 11-year-old existence.
I can't believe my dad bought me fucking Cube again.
2005 was a dark time because NGC slowly became harder to find.
Yeah.
I still think the best review I ever read in a magazine was NGC's Billy Hatcher review. And I don't know why. I honestly can't tell you what it contained. I just remember laughing at like 10 o'clock at night, like my dad coming in going, "What are you laughing at? You should be asleep." And I'm like, "There's a review."
I played Billy Hatcher.
Billy Hatcher.
I rented it once.
Billy Hatcher.
I thought it was alright. I mean, I was young. I might have been stupid.
You were young. Yeah, I gave it away as a present to my cousin because I
Oh.
wanted to get rid of it and also wanted a tenner.
Yeah.
Where were we? Disney won't be on the floor at E3
Okay.
because they've got no Infinity
Figures to
game.
show off.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they've probably got figures to show off, but there's no Infinity game coming out this year.
They just announced a few more.
Who have they announced?
Well, there's obviously the Zootopia ones just came out, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But also Black Panther, Vision, and someone else for the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful where you're going on the internet when you're looking at Zootopia shit.
Oh, you're telling
yes.
me.
That-
Jesus.
Fucking rabbit.
You
Things
know.
are getting weird.
Yep, the furries have got a
People-
hold of the
Oh,
rabbit.
Fairies love Zootopia, yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Like, this was just Facebook. I've not gone seeking these things out.
You've not
This
delved in.
This is stuff that's actively coming up on my
So
Facebook
after
newsfeed.
After this, are we going on DeviantArt, seeing what's up?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
Mature filter off. Wargaming isn't going to be there either at E3.
What do they do?
I think they're World of Tanks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Huge.
Mm.
But they said it doesn't fit their direction, which is
Sure.
obvious. Like,
Yeah.
they don't need E3.
No.
People are like panicking, like, "Oh God, everyone's leaving E3." It's like
Nah.
they're not. They're just going elsewhere so they can, like, they don't need the press anymore. Which
E3
is-
will be fine.
E3 will probably disappear in a few years, and
Yeah.
it'll be fine because something else will appear in its place, which is more stuff like what EA are doing.
It'll still be like a yearly.
There'll be a yearly bit where it's like
Magoo.
all the companies coming together, and it's like
Might be a little bit
E3
more
will
spread
probably
out,
just be
but-
that, but or maybe E3 will change to become less of a trade show and more of a consumer show.
Just become gaming season,
Yeah,
and
like,
then
but then again, that's what
places
PAX
can
is.
still do all of their coverage and all that nonsense.
Yeah, like E3 will probably disappear.
I was about to say game trailers can still do their coverage, but
Like a conference will happen yearly at some point.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like expect to see anything on stage
no, it doesn't need to
from
be.
like in the next 5 years. I would expect everything to go Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah.
Which is probably like
A controlled
EA are probably doing a
environment.
live event, whatever,
Mm.
you know, on stage and stuff like that. But other than the press, it'll probably be a lot of staff and
Mm.
what as usual as a press conference.
Mm.
It'll probably be a lot of press, a lot of staff, and then they'll fill in all the fans
Some
like
randomers.
Bethesda did.
Yeah.
Supercell. Oh, that's a game I forgot to talk about. I've been playing.
Yeah.
Clash Royale,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
which is
I keep forgetting about it, and you keep bringing it back.
it's really good.
No.
It's really good.
no,
I-
Joel.
It's really
I
good.
don't have the capacity.
It's really, really good.
No.
It's a tower defense game, sort of.
No, that
You get 3
puts me off it,
castles.
That's good.
You get 3 castles,
Yeah.
and you get cards, which then you can spawn minions with,
Mm.
and then it's the first one to destroy the middle castle,
Right.
or the one by the time runs out has the most castles
Mm.
destroyed. there's actual strategy to it.
Yeah.
It's sort of MOBA-like.
Right.
Like you want to put a giant first because then it can defend the other units behind it. So
It'll
that
suck
while
up
the
some
giant's
fire,
getting
yeah.
shot, and because it's got a lot of
Mm.
take a lot of damage by the time you reach, like the mage can start
Yeah, yeah.
spawning skeletons and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
It's really good.
Mm.
Anyway, Supercell have 100 million users a month
Wow.
across their main 4 games.
Okay. It's like
They put up a little video
Boom
today
Beach.
thanking everyone. So it's Clash of
Clash
Clans,
of
Clash
Clans.
Royale, Heyday, and Boom Beach.
Yeah.
But they were brutally honest within that thing. Like, not brutally honest, but like honest enough.
Most people use Clash of Clans.
Well, they said they killed
was it?
14 games before finding any success with its current lineup.
Oh, right. Well,
Like-
okay.
You know,
Yeah, fair enough.
they've been through a lot.
Mm.
And, you know, Clash of Clans last in 2014
Mm.
was making $650,000 a day at some
Shit,
point at its
bruh.
peak.
That's mental.
That's a lot of money. That's some cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think Clash Royale is just really good. It's
Hmm.
genuine. Like, yeah, obviously you can tell who's paying for shit,
Oh, yeah.
but
The
at same-
whales.
yeah, you can tell who's doing that shit because they've got the better cards and the
Hmm.
more epic cards and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But it's nice to play.
Hmm.
It takes 2 minutes to do a game.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Some games have lasted me 30 seconds. Some games have lasted 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Like, as time progresses and stuff like that, it'll increase how fast the meter for what
Right.
you can spawn cards with.
Just try and get it over with.
Yeah, basically. So, like, at the end, it's like a mad dash to, like, how fast can you
Hmm.
drag shit.
Right.
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Fuck. Right, before we get onto the heavy shit, Pokemon Go has sign-ups in Japan.
Wow.
So it's an actual thing.
Go sign up.
Yeah.
Japan.
So, right, should we get on to... Is there anything else here? Right, Microsoft news,
Oh boy.
before we get on to the big shit. Well, this is the big shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're in the final 3.
Not the big news.
the final 3.
Well, should we do Microsoft? Because the other 2 are, like, take some explaining.
Yeah,
Okay.
news. Let's go.
Let's go. News? Well, you said news.
News. There's your news.
There's your news theme.
We are here at
Top stories.
2309. Churning up the
Shit.
news.
Shit, it's 11 o'clock. How do we do this?
We did sit here for a while.
I mean, you guys did watch the John Oliver bit.
Yeah.
You were accumulating news.
I was
I was
only 20
accumulating
minutes.
I
and finished
recorded a
since,
whole
like,
other
6 o'clock.
podcast.
We could have easily done the podcast.
I recorded a whole different podcast.
You know. Shit me. Fuck. Right, okay. Right. So, Microsoft today announced that they were closing 2 European studios.
Hmm.
Lionhead,
Yup.
which developed Fable, Black
Yep.
and White, stuff like that. Previous boss, most commonly known as Peter Molyneux.
Most commonly known as.
Yeah. Or Sir Peter
Known
Molyneux,
by other
OBE.
names.
The
Knighted.
man known as Peter Molyneux.
Yes.
The big guy.
The big man. The big boss man.
Big Pete.
Which is big news, big boss. Big Pete. Should I email him? Hey, Big Pete.
You
Let's
right?
have another interview,
Big
eh?
Pete.
Big Pete.
Or Peter, remember me?
Oh, I do. Last interview I ever gave to the press before I started giving interviews to the press again.
Before he went on a break.
They also cancelled Fable Legends,
Yeah,
which was in
is
beta.
a kick in the nads.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Microsoft.
far in.
Because it was also one of their most heavily promoted games, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
like-
like it was on their lineup. It
Yeah.
was in their big
I was
E3
gonna say,
thing.
particularly probably the last 2 E3s.
Yeah.
I remember when we were walking through the corridor, like on the way to Eurogamer Expo, when you're going through
Yeah.
the centre, and it had like, here's Lara Croft, here's
Yeah.
Master Chief, here's Marcus Phoenix, here's the guy from Fable Legends.
And a car.
Yeah. His Forza car. But it's like, that was one of their marquee things. Yeah.
Well,
that
it's
it?
Fable.
Is that it for Fable then, do you think?
Yeah, like that's it. Like
do you
they're
not
obviously cancelling Fable Legends because they don't see a future in the Fable franchise.
Do you not see anyone else picking it up?
Well, considering the last 2 Fable games were poorly received. Like, Fable 3 was not as
Fable
warmly
3
received as 2.
Yeah,
And the Kinect game was...
the Kinect one.
I
Yeah.
forgot
Yeah,
about that
and
one,
the
yeah.
Kinect game was
The Journey.
hot trash.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also, like, let's not forget... Let's hang
on
on.
board for
Which,
Fable 4 though.
Fable 4,
If
it
they
just
were.
won't happen.
Yeah.
It just won't happen. The Fable
Personally,
name
I
is...
like Fable 2 pub games.
Yeah, Fable 2 Pub Games was great.
Yeah.
Let's also not forget Press Play Studios, who developed Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood.
Which I have, but never played.
And some other games for...
Because
They were developing...
It was on Games for Gold one month.
Yeah, they were developing a survival game. Project Knoxville, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah, it was.
They've also been shuttered.
Hmm.
And everything basically just laid to waste.
But why, Joel?
Shall I read the press release?
Go for it.
Today I have some difficult changes to announce that affect some of our Microsoft Studio teams and projects in the UK and Denmark. After much consideration, we have decided to cease development on Fable Legends and are in discussions with employees about the proposed closure of Lionhead Studios in the UK. So, the reason, additionally, we will close Press Play Studios in Denmark and sunset development on Project Knoxville. Basically, the reason they have to say, this is from Polygon, the reason they have to say proposed closure, so it's not like Lionhead will continue, is because of how UK law works, which is companies must meet certain requirements for mass layoffs. When more than 20 employees are planned to be made redundant, employees are allowed a minimum 30-day consultation period before any dismissals take place. During that consultation period, companies are obligated to seek alternatives to layoffs, including offering retraining or reassignment. So basically, Microsoft are just going to go like, you guys can go here, you guys can go here, you guys can go here, and the rest of them will just send their CVs out. I'm going to guess like heads of studios will get moved to different studios, or
Probably.
maybe they'll just leave. These have been tough decisions, and we have not made them lightly, nor are they a reflection on the development teams. We are incredibly fortunate to have the talent, creativity, and commitment of the people at the studios. Lionhead Studios team has delighted millions of fans with the Fable series over the past decade. Press Play imbued the industry with unique creative spirit behind games like Max and the Curse of the Brother and Kalimba?
Ah, yes.
Yes, Kalimba. With both,
remember it that well.
Both captured passionate fans. These changes are taking effect at Microsoft Studios as Microsoft Studios continues to focus its investment and development on the games and franchises that fans find most exciting and wanting to play. And then they go on to basically say like, hey, look, we still got Quantum Break and Sea of Thieves from Rare.
Oh yeah.
And Moon Studios, who did Ori.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then it says like, hey, there's also like jobs going. Like, hey, we can do this all together. I would look at
I
it
don't know
like
if the security noticed if we were here or not.
Should we turn on like the microphone before they leave?
They look straight at us. So
Okay.
Yeah, no, like pour one out for both these teams. Lionhead been around for fucking ages.
20 odd years or something.
Yeah, like Black and White and all this, and you know, the lineage there and Fable and
got some very
Gone.
fond memories of Fable.
Yeah, Fable 2, one of the best games on 360,
Yeah,
Probably.
hands down.
absolutely loved Fable 2.
Fable 3, not so much.
I still enjoyed Fable 3.
It was the end section that killed it.
Oh, with the crawler,
The
whatever it's
king.
called.
The king section where it rushes you to the end, and then it's like it's
Oh,
over.
I didn't mind being king. I just felt like they brought in was it the crawl? What was that thing called?
I can't remember.
But they brought in that weird monster thing that was gonna end
Yeah,
the
that's
world or
that's
whatever.
and then,
And it just felt like they needed something. They needed an enemy
like-
for you to face while king.
yeah, and it was like you have a year to prepare, and it's like.
Yeah.
And it's not even like a proper ticking down to.
Well,
did you
it was
play
like
No, I
it's
don't
like
play Fable
it's like
3.
it skips 100 days
Yeah,
if you
so-
do an event, and it's like wait,
So-
wait, no, well, hang on.
So basically, they hyped the game around.
You get to be king.
You're going to become king. This is a revolution, but then you become king halfway through the game, and then it's like, oh wait, we still need a storyline to be going on
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you're
of
king
course,
because you've
yeah.
already overthrown your brother. Well, so they you travel to a different continent and just conveniently accidentally wake up this ancient evil monster thing. It's like, oh yeah, now you're king, I'm gonna come over and eat your kingdom, and then you just
You
got
gotta
prepared
prepare to
for
fight that, yeah. Okay.
I still enjoyed the game though.
It's the parts that were the parts that were actually a Fable game
I really like
were good, but then the king bits were.
Where the weapon.
I just can't really remember it as much because I didn't spend as much time with it because I got to the king bit and then saw like it's on a ticking down timer. I'm like, fuck this.
So instead of like in Fable 2 where you'd like get different classes of weapon and upgrade them, you'd choose a weapon from the start. You'd either pick like a rifle or a pistol, and a sword or a hammer or an axe or something. And based on like your choices, your morality, and what enemies you fought and how you fought and stuff, the weapon would change. So basically, like if you killed a lot of the hollow men, like the handle would become made out of bone.
Oh,
and
okay.
Stuff.
I'm remembering bits and pieces of it. But
certain things would make it turn into a cutlass, or it'd turn into like a lance or something. And it was really cool. Like it reflected how you played it. And,
that's right.
and I really like that. That was one of my favourite things about Fable 3.
I'll have to track down a copy of Fable 3. Came out on PC, so I'll track down a copy.
Oh yeah.
If it works on if it works, because they shut down games for Windows Live. Yeah,
it should still run.
And then so Microsoft had like a bit of a hoo-ha. Yeah, in the last week. Because Tim Sweeney, Epic's co-founder, put out an article on The Guardian.
Right.
Which was basically detailing, like, in very nerdy talk, like, Microsoft are making Windows 10 a closed system. You need to watch out because you need to beware that Microsoft is making everything a closed system and all this. Because, like, the PC's meant to be open.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, sort of goes like, yeah, the Mac's Apple's thing. It's closed for a reason.
Yeah.
Although a Trojan virus is currently going around the Macs. So if you installed a particular program, you have, like, 72 hours to delete it. Or otherwise it'll start encrypting your files on the local disk. So, yeah, Tim Sweeney wrote this long article on Guardian, and it goes into like, it took us ages to figure out how to sideload apps into Windows 10. Within the Windows Store framework and stuff like that, which I find fucking weird that Microsoft and Tim Sweeney are throwing around the word sideload for Windows PCs. That's a thing you use on Android or on iOS or something, or on the BlackBerry Playbook where you had to sideload apps. That's a closed system talk, and I understand that Tim Sweeney's using it because that's how it works within the Windows Store app, and like, you can't test shit on, but like the programs just give us you don't have to go through the Windows Store. Just say, hey, we've got this thing. Download it through us, and it runs like a not regular Windows app. So basically, Tim says Microsoft. These are my notes. Tim claims Microsoft are making Windows closed off. Microsoft says no.
Okay.
And so Kevin Gallo, who is a developer on Windows 10,
right?
He's the guy who's throwing the word sideload around. And it's like, I just find it really weird. As someone who does this shit, on the playbook was like modifying the playbook and stuff like that. I had a BlackBerry Playbook. Don't know why. Came into contact with one. Had it for a good year. It was okay. It's weird, like, seeing these like open source platforms and stuff like that throw around these terms.
Yeah.
It's just really fucking weird. So Kevin Gallo said that the Universal Windows Platform which is what they're calling it, the UWP, is a fully open ecosystem available to every developer that can be supported by any store. He's the corporate vice president of Windows at Microsoft.
Okay.
Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, with whom Sweeney discussed UWP over the past 18 months, echoed these comments on Twitter. Basically, like, what the UWP is like, if an app works on Windows 10, it's going to work on Xbox One.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, to break it down.
Cross-platforming.
Gallo also refuted Sweeney's claim that Microsoft makes it difficult to sideload UWP apps, that is, to download and install UWP apps outside the Windows Store. That had been the case at the launch of Windows 10 in 2015, when users had to dig into the system settings to enable sideloading, but Gallo said that the November update to Windows 10 enabled people to easily sideload apps by default with no user experience required. That is fucking weird! That you're describing these fancy-looking programs as sideloads and apps. It's like, no, they're programs. They're just running a fancy wrapper.
I suppose, yeah.
None of you seem to be as enraged as I am.
It's because I don't understand a lot of it. I'm going to be honest.
I'm furious.
Oh, okay, I'll remain here grumbling anyway.
You seem to know more than we do.
I like video games.
Well,
I'm
here's
playing
video games because
The
Phil
thing that I
Spencer has
can
been
relate
saying
to
more
most
things.
about it is Phil Spencer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll move on then. So, the Xbox One will not be getting upgradable parts.
Oh no.
So
Were we expecting it to?
In the last week, Phil Spencer at the keynote for Xbox or whatever was saying, like, I'll just read out what he said.
Go for it. Verbatim. Got the papers. Do your best Phil Spencer
Oh
impression.
God.
I couldn't do one.
Oh God. I can only think of like Matt Lees' impression of it,
Oh really?
like of Phil Spencer, which is nothing like Phil Spencer.
Generic American voice.
We see.
I don't think he's Texan.
We see on
let
other
me tell you
platforms,
something here about
whether
the
it be
Xbox.
mobile or PC, that you get continuous innovation that you rarely see on console. Consoles lack the hardware and the software platform together at the beginning of the generation. Then you ride the generation out for 7 or so years, while other ecosystems are getting better, faster, and stronger. And then you wait for the next big step function. When you look at the console space, I believe we will see more hardware innovation in the console space than we've ever seen. You'll actually see us come out with new hardware compatibility during a generation, allowing the same games to run backward and forward compatible.
Oh, there's so much more.
I'll skip this bit. We can effectively feel a little bit more like we see on PC, where I can still go back to run my old Doom and Quake games that used to play years ago, but I can still see the best 4K games come out and my library is always with me. Hardware innovation continues until the software innovation is able to take advantage, and I don't have to jump a generation and lose everything that I played before. Anyway, so basically people took that as like, oh my god, they're going to add upgradable parts to the Xbox One.
I can see why they think that.
I would see that as well, until Phil Spencer came back out on Major Nelson's podcast.
Said, well, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, buddy.
I'm struggling to take in anything you say.
Basically, he said like so to break it down, Phil Spencer said like, oh, if you look at like mobiles and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they upgrade incrementally, like, and they'll release a new piece of hardware that doesn't invalidate the last one, but continues the next lineage until everyone can move up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, mobiles and PCs and stuff like that. So, like, the people who can, you know, so, like, people might not be able to run Trump Dump on, say, like,
I think
their
most people can
Samsung,
run Trump Dump.
say on their Samsung Galaxy S1.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. Like on the Galaxy Ace. Like they probably can't.
A flip phone.
Yeah, like they can't run it on that, but they can still use certain apps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically, what he's saying was like, probably like you'll probably see like a second generation Xbox One in the coming months.
Okay.
Maybe, or what might not be this generation. It might be the next generation.
Yeah.
So kind of like with the slim model, except
except then it might be better on the inside. Yeah.
So like a bit like the new 3DS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Nintendo are already going that route. Like but then again, like the new 3DS only really benefits people who want to play Xenoblade.
Xenoblade, that's it. Yeah.
Or Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
In better ways.
Or Majora's Mask.
Was Majora's Mask new 3DS only?
It wasn't new 3DS only, but it had C-Stick.
Oh, okay.
capabilities.
Which I have the big cradle dual stick thing.
Oh,
The circle pad.
Yeah, the Circle Pad Pro. I have that.
Wow.
Bought it for Monster
Came with-
Hunter.
Oh, didn't it come with like Kid Icarus?
No, Kid Icarus doesn't support it.
Kid Icarus Uprising?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was like made with that.
Nope.
Really?
I swear, like I looked into this and it was like
It seemed like it was made for it or something, because it would be too hard to do normally.
2013. Why the hell can't I use my Circle Pad Pro for aiming?
Oh, well, there you go.
2012. Basically, there's a lot of confusion on the internet. It doesn't look like it.
Wow.
It just makes the game easier for lefties.
Oh, okay. You darn lefties.
Yeah. See? I remember this shit. Come into my house! Claim lies! This is where my mind goes when... So basically, he went on Major Nelson's podcast and said, like, I'm not going to start upgrading individual pieces of the console, and he's not going to start shipping consoles out with a screwdriver to do this shit. Like, why would you? Oh, jeez. Bear Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's dead in the water. PewDiePie put up a video of it, called it one of the worst games of all time. That got 2.5 million views. He took the video down and then put it back up for preservation reasons.
Right.
So Bear Simulator was $100,000
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Simulator.
Bear.
Bed simulator.
Yeah, I don't want a bed simulator.
Gears of War
Jesus
Judgment.
Christ.
Gears of War Judgment, yeah.
So $100,000 Kickstarter for Bear Simulator.
Wow.
The developer couldn't handle the drama surrounding it, even though it had mostly positive reviews on Steam.
Yeah.
He's walked away from it.
Was this just another goat simulator type thing, or was this an actual game?
I think it was like meant to be more in line with like an actual video game, like
Where
you play as a bear. Yeah. It just didn't look polished enough.
Right.
People who played it seem to be happy with
fine
it.
with it, yeah.
Mostly positive reviews. He's walking away from it. He's just saying there's no
That
point. The name's
PewDiePie
Because of
fan base.
PewDiePie's influence.
basically, so like on Steam, the way reviews work is you don't have to own the game to find a review helpful.
Yeah.
You can't write a review if you don't own the game because it tracks your time played with it.
It's a sad state of affairs when PewDiePie essentially has the power to shut down a game.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? So his fans went into the negative reviews basically, and some people went in and started liking up the negative reviews.
Why would you?
So that
What
their
kind of
platform.
sad person are
Better
you
with your life.
to do something like that?
Like PewDiePie said himself. He even put in the description like, you know. Obviously, you don't stop making games because of one person's video, and me taking it down made it seem like that was more the case. Basically, he said, like...
I didn't mean for this to happen.
I didn't mean for this to happen, I was just being negative because I'm... But then, I think
just didn't
sometimes
like it.
PewDiePie forgets he's PewDiePie, and you can't forget... Like
the amount of people that are influenced
like,
by
I'm not
what you
saying
say
I'm not saying not be negative. Like, obviously, express your criticism.
Sure.
But you have to realize you have 30 fucking million people following you on YouTube. Fuck knows what half of them are like, and a lot of them are like this, where they're like, PewDiePie hated it. And it's not PewDiePie's fault. Like,
I'm sure he
there's
doesn't
a review
actively
and stuff like that. It's like
encourage that kind of behaviour.
he's probably the worst that should have happened is that PewDiePie says like, I wouldn't recommend it. If you think it looks good, go check it out. But what happened was not that, and it's like, shit. So yeah, he's walking away.
That sucks.
Right. Okay.
This is what you wanted to explain.
No, there's two.
Okay.
So, do you remember 38 Studios?
Tell me what they did.
Kingdoms of Amalur.
Okay.
And the MMO, Copernicus.
Yeah.
So 38 Studios is currently Kurt Schilling, the baseball player who wanted to make an MMO.
Yeah.
So this comes from GameSpot and the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is the federal US thing that deals with fraud and companies and stuff like that.
Okay.
They are wrapped in fraud claims.
Oh no.
I've written here in bold.
Fraud. Hack fraud.
So the Securities and Exchange Commission has basically announced that it is charging Wells Fargo and the state group known as Rhode Island Economic Development Corporation for defrauding investors with regards to $75 million loan to 38 studios. Basically, they lied to whoever drummed up all this cash, which were mostly taxpayers and stuff like that. So what happened is that the Development Corporation loaned $50 million in bond proceeds to 38 studios. Remaining proceeds were then used to pay to related bond offering expenses and establish a reserve fund and a capitalized interest fund. Basically, here's $50 million, and I think the rest of the $75 million just goes to like, shit. Here's some capital. Go keep this on the side.
Okay.
The loan, and in turn, bond investors would be repaid from revenues generated by the video games that 38 Studios plan to develop.
Yep.
None of that happened.
Of course.
The bond offering document preceded by it just reads like Redick.
What?
The anagram, the not anagram.
The abbreviation.
Abbreviation of it just reads like Redick.
The acrostic.
REIEDC.
Okay, Redick.
So the development, so Redick.
I thought you were saying it was like ridiculous and was
that's sort of what I'm going for here.
Totally Redick.
It's totally Redick. So Redick and Wells Fargo failed to disclose that investors at 38 Studios had conveyed it needed at least $75 million in funding to produce a particular video game. Copernicus was going to cost a lot of money.
A particular video game.
Therefore, investors weren't fully informed when deciding to purchase the bonds. That 38 Studios faced a funding shortfall, even with the loan proceeds, and could not develop the video game without additional sources of financing. When 38 Studios was later unable to obtain additional financing, the video game didn't materialize, and the company defaulted on the loan. Basically, they fucked up real fucking bad.
Yeah.
Now, like, they've lied. And Kurt Schilling is back in the news, and so is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo disclosed its bond offering compensation. Oh, but right, there's more law things. Basically, nothing could happen when 38 Studios went under and they started selling off bits and pieces to it.
Yep.
Kingdoms of Amalur and Copernicus didn't get bought.
Oh.
But everything else did. It's going to be bad. I will wait for someone to actually reduce this into a thing I can understand properly. Because at the minute I just see lots of numbers and go, that's a lot of fucking numbers.
Look at all those zeros.
Christ. So here's the big whammy. So this was going on for the last few weeks.
Whammy.
Yeah, the last few months, completely under my nose, and I've just picked up on it now.
Okay.
There's a video online which is linked in the Motherboard, which is a Vice spin-off for tech. They linked the video in it as well. It's like half an hour podcast. These two dudes basically going in depth as to what the fuck's happening with this thing. Do you remember anything called the Retro VGS?
No.
It was a very short-lived Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign to develop a console for retro-themed games that would run on carts.
Oh, okay.
Sounded interesting.
Sure.
They wanted $300 per person for the consoles.
Oh, I see.
For the price of.
I was like, that's an awfully cheap campaign.
For
all we need is $300.
Looking from the pictures of like their prototypes, it was literally just cardboard coloured in green.
I was going to make a joke that it was made of cardboard.
It was cardboard coloured in green and with like fake motherboard shit and
nice.
like HDMI ports like taped on and stuff like that. So they wanted $300 per person for the console itself.
Yeah.
They made $81,158,000 US dollars.
Not bad.
Shortcoming. That's a very big shortcoming from what they asked for.
Oh, I see.
Which was nearly $2 million.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
how many people did they expect to buy this?
Well,
I guess they expected it to go viral or something. Like.
Yeah, because it's from these guys. It's from the guys
retro.
behind Retro Magazine.
Oh.
They were planning on doing it.
Yeah.
So it'd be a joint project and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
they disappeared.
Yep.
The idea went away, as it should do, because a cart-based platform for $300 in 2016 is fucking stupid!
It's a bit silly.
Particularly when you can already download a whole wealth of retro games that will basically run on any PC to your PC!
Even with legit ways as well. If you want to still be legit, you can buy most of these stuff through Steam.
Yeah.
Through your 3DS, through the Wii.
All these things.
The Wii U, Nintendo have a specific platform for this because they know how fucking stupid cartridge-based gaming is because it killed the Nintendo 64. You idiots! So they want the games they were like saying like that would come out and stuff like, or people were speculating would come out for it would be like Shovel Knight and stuff like that.
So you say retro themed.
Retro themed stuff.
Yeah.
And basically like his previous titles like Alex Kidd and Sega's back catalogue and
Echo
stuff like
the
that.
Dolphin.
Yeah, would probably appear on this and like ColecoVision games. So speaking of ColecoVision, they disappeared.
This was the only bit of the story that I've seen that there's a ColecoVision related thing.
So whoever owns the ColecoVision name licensed out the Coleco part of the name and said, here you go, use this. So they we think this idea is cool. Maybe it'll make us some money.
It's a cute idea.
So they rebranded and they came back as the Coleco Chameleon.
Okay.
Coleco Chameleon.
Coleco Chameleon.
Yeah. With the so you know that Mega Man collection that came out on
recently.
Yeah. So the developer of that, like the lead guy on that, one of the lead guys, Frank Cifaldi, got pictures from. He's big into like these retro scenes and stuff like that. He, like if you play that Mega Man collection, they did a lot of work to it to keep it as legit as possible. I mean, he was streaming something or he was trying to collect video for something, and he didn't want to do it through like how we would do it through HDMI and stuff like that. He did it through VHS.
Oh shit!
To keep it as legit as possible.
Yeah.
He's one of those.
Yeah, okay.
He's like dedicated
to his
craft. Yeah, he's dedicated to his craft.
Yeah.
As it was originally presented, he's going to present it to you as it was. Like, I'm sure Mega Man Collection is now on everything and stuff like that. It seems like it's done okay.
Oh, yeah.
He pointed out the Toy Fair prototype, so it was on display at Toy Fair.
The Coleco Chameleon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is using old Jaguar casings.
Atari Jaguar?
Yeah.
Oh.
The toilet-looking ones.
Yeah. That's random.
Well, there's a factory full of them somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, where you get Atari.
Imagine just coming across that.
Atari at the minute just taking down people's games and shit like that.
Can you imagine just coming across that?
Yeah.
Just being like, oh, I could get a few hundred or whatever Jaguar casings.
Yeah, and it's
Just
like,
from a
that's
warehouse.
actually a cool idea. Let's recycle these
I
things.
suppose, yeah.
And the molds probably exist somewhere, so
To
we
have
can
the
produce more of
fat
them cheap.
controllers as well.
Yeah, but I don't think they would use the
No.
controllers. Anyway, so it turns out, so Frank got these pictures and posted them on Twitter, and someone went behind the case, and it turns out it looks like it was just a Super Nintendo Junior, which is like the smallest slimline version
Yeah.
of the Super Nintendo
Yeah.
from the late 90s, I think,
Yeah.
in a Jaguar shell, like hardwired in.
You just mashed a
Like,
console
they just put
into
the-
another one.
Running a flash card. So it looks like it's running like particular games and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
So people confused, like, why is this Coleco
Mm.
Vision thing using Super Nintendo controllers?
Oh god.
And it's like, oh, it's just a prototype. It's just a prototype.
Oh,
And it's like,
god.
nah, mate, nah. Someone's gonna
Bullshit.
fucking run in pretty deep.
Oh.
So after that came out,
Yeah.
Chameleon, the Chameleon team,
Mm.
put out on Facebook a see-through case.
Right.
Like a see-through Jaguar
Yeah,
case
yeah.
with the guts inside.
Yeah.
That going,
Uh-huh.
look, it's real.
It's not a
real.
Super Nintendo. Right?
Frank came back and said, nah, mate.
You've just taken the bits out of the Super Nintendo
No,
and put them in there.
even worse. It's not even a video game thing they put inside the thing. They put an old CCTV capture card inside this plastic case and made it look legit.
To try and pass off, like,
Yeah, as if like it's got
Oh
like an
my
actual motherboard inside.
God, what are these people?
So
It's like,
So this was like all last week,
Yeah.
basically. Like this all transpired like really fucking quickly.
yeah.
So last Wednesday,
Mm.
ColecoVision themselves, whoever
Okay,
owns
yeah.
the name, put out this message.
Yeah.
Chameleon product. We are thankful to have a large group of passionate engineers and retro game enthusiasts who follow Coleco and other product lines. Because Coleco is like beloved like
Sure,
by retro
yeah,
fans and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that
yeah.
because a lot of them grew up with it.
Yeah.
It has come to our attention that the community has certain concerns over the prototypes involving the retro VGS model, which they're still calling it the retro VGS model, which is weird in itself.
Yeah. It's the Chameleon now.
Unless that's what the team's called, the retro
suppose,
VGS,
yeah.
whatever it is. The team at Retro, remains confident that their product is developed to the extent as described. However, in order to confirm or debase these concerns, Coleco has demanded to inspect the prototype units within a 7-day time frame, at which time independent engineers will review their findings and determine if those units are up to the standards. We will report some or all our findings to the community as long as they do not interfere with proprietary information. We remain hopeful that the community's concerns are merely speculations, but if there is merit to the concerns, then we have no choice but to abandon the project rather than release a subpar product. During this time, we ask the community to allow us time to complete these inspections. Time extensions will only be granted if requested by the independent engineer. Time extensions and results will be posted here. So
Wow.
ColecoVision are even going like, yo, if this is fucking fake, we're out. You're on your own.
Yeah.
So someone, I can't remember who it is, said that the people involved with the Kickstarter video that was going to be produced, because Kickstarter requires a prototype,
Mm.
like to even launch a
Yeah. Right,
project.
Okay.
Indiegogo not so much,
Mm.
which is why it got on.
Right.
Kickstarter you can't without like a visible working
This is what
prototype.
it'll
Like
be, yeah.
here's what we have now. Like basically like the Pebble Watch.
Sure.
Like, also I think because before they implemented that rule, they got a lot of like hardware stuff that just never transpired and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that. So people who were involved with the Kickstarter video said no, because it looked fake,
Huh.
which delayed it even further because there's no trailer and there's no prototype.
Mm.
David Giltonen, who is the editor of I think he's the managing editor of
Right,
Retro
yeah.
magazine. He's leaving the company. He's leaving. He's
Everything.
distancing himself so far away because he wants nothing to do with them anymore.
So he's in the
because it's
magazine
such
as
a
well.
mess. Like, he's leaving his job
Shit.
because everything's entangled within
Yeah.
itself. Like, retro is now tarnished forever.
Yeah.
I just put a little bit from his tweet or blog or whatever it was. Those of you who believe we are simply trying to scam consumers or take advantage of the retro gaming community don't know the whole picture. There was no ill intent or maliciousness on the part of the team. Also, we had in mind was to make a modern day retro-inspired console, nothing more, nothing less. I won't go into specifics as to what went wrong, especially since none of us know the full story yet, although I will apologise on behalf of the team for the poor messaging of the product and the way we handled interacting with the community. Basically, he's going like, I gotta do the best bit of PR for the rest of the team, but fuck me, they fucked up. Like, that's what that reads like. Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
He's gonna jump ship fast as fuck.
Wow. What a mess.
What a fucking mess. It is, and it's still going on.
Yeah.
Like, this Wednesday,
Coleco
we'll
are gonna
probably
put out
find
their
something
shit.
from Coleco,
Yeah.
and we'll probably do something on it. Like, because it's a fucking shambles. Holy shit. It reminds me of a song, actually.
Does it?
It does. It reminds me of our exit song.
They just working along to that song.
Yeah. So, that's us.
Yeah.
Games-link.com, you can find us all at.
Wow.
That's going to be starting re-updated
Yeah.
later because I'm editing video.
Yeah.
It's not been updated for the last few weeks because we've all been busy.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week with more podcasts, more things,
Videos.
more stuff.
All the shit.
Goodbye.
Bye.